What up, ladies and gentlemen? How you guys doing? Whoops, let me turn that off. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Good to see you. All right, so we're officially back, man. RGT Podcast, episode 180. The guys will be here in a little bit, so don't worry about that. We'll be filling those guys in when they get here. Until then, we're just going to go ahead and go on with the show. Let me make sure everything is good. Let's check everything here. Yes, we are. All right. Yep, we're good to go. So, we got a good show for you guys, man. And of course, you know, with a certain game launching, and hell, 2 games actually launching, I was like, you know, I need to invite a good friend back to the show, man. This guy right here is not only the host of one of the best PlayStation podcasts out there as well. He is an awesome dude. He's an avid Souls fan. Love to do like a brother. I do shows with him feels like every other Friday if I can catch it, if I can. But no, he's a real good dude. You know, I'm a little weird. I feel a little weird right now. So I should have invited Kyle. I'm surprised we didn't get Kyle on too. He has to work.
Yeah, he you know, the weirdest thing with him, he's like, his traffic, like, he gets out of work at 4, but it depends. Like, he could get home in 40 minutes or he could get home in 3 hours.
Yeah.
Like, it's nuts.
I was like, dude, do I want to ask Joe to hit up Kyle? Because I'm like, Kyle never gets invited anymore. Where's that? Why did I hit up Kyle? But
he's too busy being an uncle and like stuff, man. It's annoying.
Shout out to Kyle, man. Good. He has a good soul, man. He's a good dude. Yeah. But of course, I'm here with the host, one of the co-hosts of the PlayStation Trophy Room, a podcast made by the players for the players. That's right. What's going on, my dude? Welcome.
Man, we got a lot to talk about. A lot of games to talk about. What are the odds? A game podcast talking about games we're actually playing? Like, it's gonna be nuts, man. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to talk about my love of Elden Ring so far and some of the frustrations I'm having with Elden Ring so far. And the love that I have for Horizon and some bugs.
Oh, you got some issues too? Oh man, okay.
Yeah, you know, a few.
I got you.
Yeah, I'm excited to talk, man. I'm excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Of course, we got Mr. Blaze 4K. What up, brother?
What's up?
This man like he pulled an all-nighter playing that Elden Ring like me.
All I've been doing. I watched you struggle. Why? Listen, you know it wouldn't be me if I didn't complain a little bit, right? What are we doing on Zoom here, Big Fat? What are we doing?
Discord was messing up. Everybody's cameras wouldn't work. That's why I was like, guys, we got to move this to Zoom for today.
Also, you may be speaking through your cam mic as well.
Me?
Blaze. No, Blaze.
No, maybe, actually. I don't know. I thought I
said adjust it if you need to. Damn Zoom. Everybody's on this. Joining us as well, who just jumped in here, we got Mr. Red Hood 420. What's up, brother?
Nothing much. You know, glad to be here.
All right. Mr. One more panel member. He'll be here momentarily. We actually ran into some issues over there again, like we just said on Discord, so that's why we're over here. But anyway, besides the point, we're in here, man. A lot to go over, tons to discuss. Got some big rumors going around for March, and of course, we got 2 big games, man. And let's just go ahead and get into this, man. Elden Ring dropped yesterday. And I have been addicted to the damn game, pretty much as everybody else has. I was playing the game till 4 a.m. I came out at midnight, and I went to sleep. I'm thinking I'm going to wake up at 2 or something. I woke up literally at about 10 on the dot, Joe. Like around 10 or 9 on the dot. And I was like, damn, I got to do Boom Show? What is game? And I tell Boom, I'm like, Boom, sorry, bro. I gotta take a day to myself for this one and literally jump back on. The game is just that good, man. It's so great. It's literally Demon's Souls with so many more quality of life improvements. The freedom is what really elevates this. A lot of people are saying that this game is taking it easy on players because of the amount of rest spots. You guys remember? Like, you guys noticed the bonfires? We'll talk about that in a second when we get there. But talk about the game, man. The game is fire from start to finish. Soundtrack is what you would expect in a Souls game. Characters are great. The animations are what you would expect. I love the armor set so far that we get, and the class building and everything is a lot just to really explore and go off of. It's really, really good. Joe, how you feeling about Elden Ring, man? I know you were on it. You were obsessed with it. You've been playing it for crazy hours. What's your take? On
Yeah, I tried on our end because we're doing a little something special for Cast Co-op next week. Is I just wanted to try first and foremost when I got the PC code, just as many classes as I can. So like I tried Astrologer, I tried Prisoner, I tried Vagabond, and one more. I forget the other one.
Or not Philosopher.
Perhaps.
MRI.
But for me, I chose for the PlayStation 5 version, the Vagabond, the Knight, for the most part. And I really wanted to do like a pure strength, two-handed build. And damn, this game's great. It has so much promise in just the first opening area. I can't wait to see what else, the game has in store for me.
Yeah.
I caught up to my PC build. I'm on the third boss. But I will say this, PC version, I don't know about y'all, coming in a little hot.
Yeah.
Coming in a little hot. And it seems like that's across the board. A lot of pop-in. Like a lot of like texture pop-in, grass popping in. So like sometimes I'm like running, galloping on my little horse, and then like things will start popping up in the distance, or like the ground I'm running on looks like a PS1 game, and then I'll see one texture load in, and then I see the other texture load in.
What'd you install it on?
What's that? I installed it on my SSD.
Ah, that's weird because I've had a little pop-in, but not like where mountains and trees. Like I've had a little bit ground pop-in. Yeah, on PC.
Yeah, and so for me, I'm like, this is weird. Yeah, on PC, I just had like weird stuttering at times. I also don't have a great PC, so like I don't know what it is.
What's your GPU? Oh, you don't even know.
Yeah, I have like an Intel i7. I won the Cyberpunk graphics card, and that's it. That's all
shit.
I know.
Oh, yeah, that should be a 2080 Ti.
So it's a 2080 Ti.
Yeah,
That's a good card.
That's a good card. Bro.
Yeah,
that's a good card.
Yeah, I know.
That's
so,
a 30. That's a 3070, dude. That's the equipment. You know what I mean? That's
okay. See, look at that, 3070. So for me, like there's been weird issues that I've had on this game, but it's also to be expected because like From Software games typically come in a little hot at launch and then iron out in the few weeks to come. So to me, other than the weird bugs, I think it runs incredibly smooth though. Like it hasn't dipped, at least in my eye, to like sub 30. And also I'm like, my eyes are dumb. So you'll tell me if I'm looking at an image, you're like, that's 4K. I'm like, I got you. I trust you. If you're telling me that thing's running at 60, I'm like, yep. But to me, I'll only notice if things start really taking a shit. So like for me, I haven't had any of those moments where I've had some in Horizon. So, besides some of the glitchiness and bugginess, this is From Software at its finest. Like it is, you can make the comparisons to Dark Souls or Demon Souls really easily. And at the base level, it really is a Dark Souls game. Like when you get to the core mechanics, but there's just so much to this game and so much to the sense of discovery that From Software gives you.
Mechanics about this, like bringing back the Sekiro type of vibe, sneaking around, attacking everybody. Like this is a welcome change for this format. The only thing I kind of would wish though, obviously we're blocking, we're parrying. I kind of do like if we were to go all out and really push it, they could have thrown Sekiro's mechanic where you're like deflect. That could have.
The easy mechanic?
Yeah, that would have made the game easier.
No, I wouldn't think it would have made the game easier. I'm talking about like for certain attacks.
That posture shit made the game easy.
Not posture break. Because I mean, technically, it exists for us because when we're blocking, our stamina, goes down and then our posture breaks. But there are ways we could have done this. I don't know. I'm just thinking of ways
you just want
to
an easy
push
way.
it. I'm thinking about a way of pushing it forward because it's really good.
I saw your earlier stream today. The reason why you want it is because that boss is whooping your ass.
Which one?
Talk about
the first main boss.
He's
near the Storm Gate.
He's not the first one. Isn't he like the second?
No, like that's the first main boss.
He's the first main boss. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah. He'll slap your fucking cheeks. Let me tell you something.
No, he's a tough boss.
Yeah,
he's a tough boss.
Dude, I thought I had his patterns down, and then the fucking dude pulls out the little like energy sword and start doing these crazy slashes back.
You gotta
I'm sitting going, what the hell?
You gotta roll like around him sometimes.
Yep.
Yeah, his pattern was weird to figure out.
You guys, you haven't beat the first boss yet, Big Clown?
I've beaten everything else. Just working my way up, leveling up.
Then you got your ass kicked by the horse guy. That guy's there just to waste your time. Did you?
I beat him
because I watched you die 15 times.
I beat him yesterday. Fraud. Thank you very much.
Which horse guy? The mini boss that
right where you start.
The gold guy. The golden
that guy's also that guy's a piece of shit. I couldn't beat him. I couldn't beat him on the astrologer because he got that dumb shield. So I was like, that was the first thing I did. I was like, I'm gonna kick this guy's ass. I got these fucking ghost wolves. I'm going in, and like he caught my cheeks twice, but I got him on the third try. And that's all that matters.
Dude,
going that two-handed sword route. Want to be like the guy in the goddamn trailer.
Dude, it's so much, dude. Just I love the damn game, dude. I just love it.
Yeah, dude, it's so cool because like you'll like again the little mini dungeons are really like unique in the way where I thought. It does feel like a greatest hits album, and many of like the bosses you fight, like this one was a giant onion man. I literally just like walked into a basement. There's giant onion man, but he acts very much like the first mini boss in Sekiro. Yeah, just without the the grapples, and so like it's awesome that sense of like you could just walk somewhere and get something really awesome or fight someone super challenging.
How many bosses have y'all beaten so far? I beat the one in the stone little mines where the little ogre, the big tall guy in the little garden. I beat him. Beat the dude on the horse at the start. I beat almost about to beat this guy Misfred. That's the other guy I'm working on.
Mm-hmm. Got Stone Cat. I got
same
guy with the two-handed sword. I got the guy in the mine. Guy on the horse. I got Onion Boy. There was like a big giant that I fought. I'm gonna count that as a boss. It looked insane.
Come on, the one that's blocking the main gate. I think that guy. I don't know if he's
no. I touched a mirror. This is one cool thing. I touched a mirror and then I automatically was like on the northeast side of the map.
Oh shit.
And then there's just like one guy just chilling, and I had to. It was like a routine of I had to attack this guy's ankles, and then he'd fall to the ground, and then I stab him in the chest. But in between all that, like he's going crazy with like the hammer / sword thing he's got going on. I think I'm like around like 7 or 8, like bosses including main boss.
See, there you go. So y'all made progress.
me it's a 4. I'd say 4. I'm just like literally doing everything like in the map at the point before facing the main boss. I only fought him twice, so I was just like. I got him to a quarter of health, and then I was like, you know what, never mind. I'm just gonna come back to this later.
Yeah, I was upgrading my my sword, not the one you get. It's the other one. It's like the other variant of that sword you get in one of the.
You know how many swords you get, Big Five?
It looks exactly the same. Especially, hey, you bastard. So I was trying,
I'm just saying, Big Cloud, don't
not this sword.
No. You're trying so hard to get under my skin.
Don't invest into upgrading shit too early, bro, because you're gonna find such.
That's
crazy
true.
Weapons that you're gonna be like, damn, now you gotta go farm material. I would.
Dude, that's what I used. All the was it the
smithing stones?
Yeah, from the stone boss battle like dungeon thing. I used it all already. All the smithing things. I should have kept it. I just used it.
Yeah, I have this halberd, and I'm like, this thing's cool. And then like I've upgraded the shit out of it.
That shit hits like a truck, bro.
It does.
Halberd hits.
Dude, it's awesome. But then I found like this. It's like called like the something great sword, and it's just like a sword 3 people length.
Yeah.
It's just like I'm like I need this. I need to upgrade the shit out of it now. But I'm like, this is what I'm going for. I'm going for giant sword person. You know, that's what I'll identify as.
Oh man.
He/giant sword person.
And joining us, just jumping in the chat. What's up, our good friend Hunter? What up, brother?
What's going on, guys? It's great to be here.
What up?
Great to be back. How's it going? I guess I assume we're talking about Elden Ring.
Yes, sir. We are.
Okay. I can tell right away. I'm like, man, you guys are having fun. So is everybody playing?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We're all playing? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I started yesterday at midnight, played to 4 a.m, Hunter. Went to sleep, got up at 9. Got immediately back.
Dude, I just passed 70 hours in this game, and I still feel like there's just like so much side content to do. It's like every main area has like at least 10 bosses, right? If you're including all the side caves and all that. Like, oh man, it's just wild.
Yeah,
and
a lot
it's
of
like
people are
it's
saying
so
it's
varied
hard.
too.
How you guys feel about that? Like a lot of people are saying this game is really hard.
Oh,
I don't feel like it's hard. I feel like it's standard difficulty.
I don't know, Big Cloud. You always say this, and you get your ass beat.
You gotta stop the cap, Big Cloud.
Dude, it's a hard game. Like,
I beat it. I beat every Souls game. Thank you very much.
I guess it's pretty
you
like.
Haven't.
I beat every Souls game I play.
that I play.
It's so weird hear you say that, Big Cloud. Like, yo,
guys.
this is easy. Just get your ass handed to you 30 times.
Bro, Big Cloud, I was
this is too
literally
easy.
watching a boss take a shit in your mouth for 15 minutes. I
don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what
Like
you're talking about. You talking about something
Dude,
else?
Right, and look, I get my ass kicked too. I'm just saying, like, let's not act like we're gods out here.
Let's
Like,
not act like the game is impossible to beat either.
It's not. No, but
okay, that's
bro,
what I'm
it's so
saying.
big.
That's
You
what I'm
get
saying. No, that's what I'm
distracted
saying.
so
No, you know what
you
I'm
get
talking
so
about.
distracted in this game.
I don't get distracted.
I don't know how many.
I would
bosses
say
I
like
focus.
Like after I've beaten like God like at least 30 bosses at this point. I would definitely say that's probably the hardest base From Software game that I played, but it's also the easiest. Like it's so weird to say, but it's the easiest and the hardest because it's like some of the bosses are like super tough, right?
Yeah,
they're ridiculous.
Like, I would say some of the DLC that I played for like Dark Souls and Bloodborne, like those bosses are definitely harder, but those are intended to be hard because they're DLC bosses and you're expected to be at like level 100 before you even start it, right? But like this game's like wild, man, because like I remember I made it to the Fell Omen and I beat him, and then I got to the first Shard Bearer and he kicked my butt and I was like, what am I gonna do? And then I found like some secret passageway in the castle where you can actually basically just go all like you fall off this cliff and then you land on the ground and the ground breaks and you fall even further, but you survive the whole thing. And then you can actually just walk all the way around to the back of the castle and make it all the way to the second area, like the second like huge big area.
Yeah, you told me that you bypassed them at first. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I made it all the way to the third area before I even decided to go back and beat the first Shard Bearer. So I played like the whole second area is like this big like it's a water area that's like surrounded by cliffs, and then like beyond that is this like majestic golden like citadel type place, right? And so I made it all the way there, and I got like all these like end game stuff, spells, weapons, armors, and all this stuff, and then I came back and like the first boss was like super easy, right?
Yeah.
So it's like this game has such hard bosses, but you can, if you have a boss that's just giving you trouble, just ignore it. Like come back in like 20 hours. You've got everywhere that you can go. Have you guys actually seen too? There's like okay, first there's two things that I thought were like super awesome. One is like there's chests that spray mist. Have you seen any of those yet? You open up the chest and like it sprays mist.
Yeah. It's a fucking fake chest, right?
Yeah,
it's like a trap chest. I mean,
yeah, it's a trap chest. But the thing was, like, one time I actually accidentally got trapped, and it's not actually really a trap. It's actually a transporter.
Yeah,
just stay in the mist.
Right.
Yeah. and it'll like, because like, and right in the first area, there's like a trap chest where like it'll take you to like the heart of the second area, which is that's
where.
Yeah,
like you saw the big guy, you fought the big guy, you had to whack his ankles.
Yeah,
yeah, same here. Yeah, that's where it transported me to. Yeah,
and dude, I don't want to like I won't spoil much, but like there was like this one time where this was in Limgrave. It was in the very beginning. I went over to like the eastern side of Limgrave, and I found this like small abandoned building in the middle of a forest. It has no reason to be there. It's like it looks innocuous. Like, what the heck is this, right? You walk in and it's a friggin' well, okay? But the well actually drops down and it takes you like 300 like feet below, or sorry, 3,000 feet below ground. And there's like an entire, like, and picture Limgrave, there's like a third of Limgrave that's under the ground. Wow. It's like, it's just insane. It's insane. Like, and then I went through like, I went through this whole underground area and there was like another well at the end. And it brought me up to like the heart of like the poison red area, like Khalid, I think it's called. And it's just wild, man. There's
how you feel about the Sekiro elements thrown into this, Hunter? You sneaking around, get by everybody. Like the way they did it.
I think it's like completely awesome because I like the fact that I can just play this game any way that I want. Right? Okay. There was like, and I sometimes do it just to challenge myself. I remember like right in Limgrave, like before you get to Stormvale Castle, there's like this mini fortress that has maybe like 15 regular foot soldiers and like one like powered foot soldier with like a super armor or whatever. I challenged myself. I'm like, can I take out this entire base without being spotted? Can I kill every single one in stealth? And like, boom, I did it like right away. And it's just like, it's just awesome. Cause sometimes you find enemies, like especially I would say in like Khaled in the poison area, there's like, I don't know if you guys seen like the big like vulture things. And then there's like T-Rex dogs or whatever, right? They give me like so much trouble because they got like 4,000 health and like 1 or 2 hits and you're dead, right? But you can just like walk up and like give them a nice.
What weapon is your main weapon, Hunter? I'm curious. What's dude? Like you've been sticking with? I know. I've been messing around with mad shit too, but just that one.
Dude, you know what? It's gonna be so embarrassing because I'm going for like a complete mage build. I have like one of
magic.
I'm going all magic. I've got like one of the first like great swords, or I think it's one of those like super long swords, but you don't need like high stats to wield it. I can get you the name later, but anyways, like I've already upgraded it to 14. It's plus 14 now, so I'm doing like every swing I'm doing some like 350.
Hunter, quick question. You know those 2 giants that are dragging? You ever see them walking around pulling the wagon?
Yeah, I killed.
I've been ignoring those, whatever. But the other day, I killed it, but there's a chest on the back of the wagon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I opened it up, and it was this great sword, and I tried to equip it. Obviously, I couldn't because it wasn't the strength or the dex, but it had like you needed 28 magic, and it was a magic greatsword, and that thing was beautiful, and it's like cutting. It was cutting through people, and I couldn't even. My stats weren't there, so I couldn't like. I almost want to drop it to you, bro. That sword is awesome.
Dude, there was like over in the poison swamp, like that huge swampy area in Khaled, there is like in the northern part of that area, there's ruins there. And I went, you remember I told you the well took me to basically like that spot. It's just like you go a little bit south and you're there. And I went to there and you get like this awesome wand. It's like a gravity wand. And it's like it's way more powerful than any wand that you'll get early in the game. Now since I've been playing so much, I think I have a couple wands that are like pretty close to it. But early in the game, I picked this up. It was like did like double damage than other ones that I had. And then right beside that, there's a crypt that you go down and you get this like awesome it's like a gravitational rock magic spell that it shoots out like basically you lift up like 3 huge boulders from the ground. And then using like purple levitation magic, you just launch them at the enemies. And this was taking off like 400 damage. And this was this was very early, man. Like you can find this like amazing spell and this amazing wand within the first like 30 minutes of playing the game.
Yeah.
It's wild, man.
Again, that sense of discovery, they've been so great at since Demon Souls. It's just in this open world, it's something special. Like, yeah, I was just like I was near like some statue, and then some like specter ghost guy. I'm just like following him to like some cave. He's like, let me show you this cave,
dude. There's lots of them.
Yeah, it's again, this game has really, for me, about 20-ish hours in, it has some really. It has the opportunity to be my favorite From game ever. It just has to fix those weird bugs, but I'm assured that they're going to do that because that's what they always do. Yeah.
Have you guys got to the fire area yet? All the way to east of them, like all the way east to the right. The whole sky is blood red and blood orange. Have you got there yet? Spoiler.
I took like 3 steps out there, and then there were like zombies that were taking 1,000 hits. I was like, nah, I think I'm good.
Dude, yeah, there's like, yeah, I know what you're talking about. There was like that zombie
There's
army
these
with like
grasshopper
25.
fucking enemies. These grasshopper
Oh,
enemies.
dude. Oh, I hate them.
And the guys with their mining
They have like the big skies, yeah.
Dude, those are the
They-
worst enemies in the game by nerf. Like they're
Yeah.
the worst.
Well, those are the ones that shoot out those like 10
white-
like needle spikes,
Yes.
right? Yeah. I hate those guys, yeah.
God.
Guys are
What did
But
everybody
so-
go for in terms of classes? I'm curious. Like at the start, I went with Vagabond. You want Vagabond?
you guys
Yes.
Vagabond. Nice.
I
Same.
went with a samurai, but again, you guys are all
went
worried
samurai?
about classes. It don't matter how you start. You can
Yeah.
allocate points.
I
to
took a
whatever you want.
prophet.
Do a
I actually
prophet?
kind of regret the prophet. I think I should have went with the astrologer, just because
Oh.
I didn't actually check the starting spells, and
Yeah.
I don't like the starting spells that the prophet has. So I assume the astrologer. Anything has to be better than those.
Yeah, the one cool thing, like what Blaze was saying, is like you could start off as Vagabond and you could literally like reset all your stats midway through, and you could be something totally different. The only thing that you end up missing is like your starting item, and maybe or starting items, and that's really just about it. And
Yeah.
that's what I really dig about this game. There's a lot of freedom to it.
Well, I tweeted out recently that I think that this game is going to redefine what we expect for open world games, at least for like FromSoft, if they do other ones. But I think just in general, and like I got a bunch of people that were just giving me like flack for it, because I think they were just talking about the performance, like, oh, like how is this game going to set the bar when it's like such crappy performance? But I'm not even talking about that. Like, to be honest, performance so far for me has been fine. Like I've seen like the odds slow down, but it's totally fine. But the reason why I feel like this redefines the open world genre is because if you just like mainline the game and just go straight for the bosses, you're not going to understand what I'm saying, right? But if you search every single area, every corner, every nook and cranny, every cliff, every hole in the ground, like if you search literally everything, this game just absolutely rewards you for going out. Like the thing is too, like this is the thing that really is surprising to me. There's been a bunch of times where I would just see a random enemy, just some like a common enemy that you would see everywhere, walking down the road. You go up, you slice him, and he's got a magic spell. Like he's got like, or I went to like, there was like, I went to the far north and there was a rickety shack that was full of 3 rats, and rats are like everywhere in this game. Killed the rat, I got an ash wrap that I could, so now I can summon rats, right? Like it's just like, it's so wild that the smallest little thing, right? You walk up to it and like boom, like there you've now got a new cool weapon or a cool spell or something like that, right?
Yeah. Something that like inspires you to keep going. Like, yeah, I did something similar. I killed one of the 2 hulking beasts that are like carrying some goddamn like, I don't know, chariot looking thing, and like the chest behind it, there's like this great axe, and it looks so goddamn ridiculous. But I'm like, I want it. Yeah, I'm like, I need this, and I need 30 strength. I'm gonna farm out right now. I'm gonna get 30 strength for it. That's like my mission right now. That and the cool ass great sword I just got. I'm like, oh, these things are really cool. They're promising for the character that I want to become. And then there are some things where it's just like, oh, okay, I'll remember this when I'm making an astrologer, or I'll remember this when I'm trying to become like the Enchanted Knight or whatever they call that one. So like that's what I'm really digging about this game. I think it's a sense of discovery. Yeah. It overall trumps the idea of that we're constantly, so the one issue I had in the beginning was just like, oh, we're just constantly doing the same thing, just running around, just chopping something with a sword. Usually in the open world games, there's a little variety in the in the everyday goings, I guess. But yeah, no, I'm really digging the game so far, and I'm just gonna be really busy between that and Horizon, because though Elden Ring's really great, there is still the heavy pull of like, okay, Joe, we still got Horizon to take care of. This game, it demands my time. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, this game stole my time from Horizon. So I haven't touched
Yo,
Horizon since.
Big
this
Cloud, can we
dropped.
bring up what you said in like what
No,
2
we
episodes
cannot.
ago?
No, we
No?
cannot. We're gonna cut your mic there.
Oh man.
Cut his mic.
Just out of
You don't ask
curiosity,
Big
like,
Cloud. You just say it right. You don't ask him for permission. You just say, "Look,
Oh,
hey, your
man.
fraud ass said that you were
He
not
definitely
playing Elden Ring. You're not playing Elden Ring for Horizon." That's what he said.
I did.
That's the call him
Yeah.
out.
I did.
That's what
was
you-
like,
I remember
gotta
you
beat-
saying that.
I gotta beat Horizon.
Yeah, even Hunter
first.
was like baffled. He's like, "Wait, what?"
yeah, what do
Hunter
you?
just
Yeah,
looked in the camera like, what?
like I'm now this weekend gonna go back to Horizon, but
Yeah.
I like if I had the choice, man. Like if I got them pretty much at the same time, so it's like you have to go with Elden.
Yeah. What level is everybody so far? Has everybody hit like level 30? Or y'all just in the 20s?
26.
26?
26. Yeah, I've been in like exploring everything in like the whatever you want to call it, the prologue area,
Yeah.
whatever the first
Yeah.
map area.
That's my issue. I haven't really gone everywhere. I'm only going to like a few key areas and killed everything. But I
Did you
haven't really
guys-
like farmed as much.
I'm like I think I'm level 70 around there.
Level
70,
70?
72.
Jesus.
Yeah, like so. Did you guys actually even find like you know in the like the very first cave, the cave of knowledge when you first started? Have you guys even seen like there's like a mist wall that you can use one of those stone swords in to
Stones, yeah.
drop the mist? Have you guys done that?
No.
And then-
What? No.
yeah, and then
I've used like 8 stones, but not on that wall.
dude, go back, man. There's a cool boss and like awesome items, but it's just so wild to me because it's like I actually didn't even I saw somebody that was tweeting about it today, and I totally forgot about that because I haven't been to the Cave of Knowledge in like 70 hours, right? And I'm like, yeah, that's right, there was that like mist, and then you take down the mist and you go down there, and it's like probably like a good 30-minute dungeon, all within the starting place. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Oh, you gotta have to show me this tweet because now I'm very interested.
And dude, and the other thing that I couldn't believe too is like, I went from like the Cave of Knowledge, and you go like all the way around almost to Khalid, like the next region. But if you actually sort of like loop back around, you'll actually find another cave that takes you back into the Cave of Knowledge. But it takes you up on a higher spot, and there's like some cool loot that you can get there. Right, so I was like, man, like all roads lead back to this Cave of Knowledge.
Oh, that's farm soft. Yo, and you know what? I haven't farmed at all. I really haven't. I just started doing a little farming late last night because I'm at a point where I'm low level, dude. I'm like only like I got 60-something hours, you know, but I'm low level. I haven't farmed, but what I've been farming for, I'm like, yo, there's items. The game the game has opened up on me twice where I thought like I got it figured out and this is what the base game's gonna be. Then I go back to the hub, and then all of a sudden this vendor is selling a shit ton of items, and I'm like, oh, fuck, awesome. So I just went and farmed just to buy some items, like some armor sets that she was selling. I'm like, damn, this looks like the classic Demon Souls, the elite armor, like a different variant of it. And I was just so, man, I like farming. You know what I do? I farm enemies. Like, there's a guy in a horse, he's all blue, and he's got the knight helmet with the little fuzzy ponytail, and I'm farming him for his armor set. I got his chest piece, I got his I want his helmet and his sword, but like I'm just sitting there farming. Like I dude, if you get your ass kicked by a certain enemy out in the like, dude, some of the best weapons I've gotten from Dark Souls have been from enemies that you take them off. Like kill an enemy, then you get just luck of the draw, like, oh, he dropped your sword. Boom. Now you know what I mean? I love that aspect of it.
That's facts because you go to the store and I'm just like, let me see. Like I was assuming that their items would be better than what the enemies dropped, and that wasn't the case at all. I was like, never mind. I'm not gonna buy that stuff in the store.
You'll see later on, but there'll be some nice items later on. But early game, if you want some good weapons, just explore, man. Like if you're getting your ass, like Hunter said, if you Storm Castle, he's a tough boss. I was too stubborn. Hunter had told me, hey, I dropped down and found a way around it. And I'm like, damn. And I don't know why I didn't just ask you, Hunter, but I kind of just tried to look around. I'm like, where is he talking about? So I just kept going back with my little jellyfish, hoping I'd get a kill. And then I got my ass. I died to him 9 times in a row. And on the 10th time, I went back. I looked at my weapons. I'm like, all right, let's go with this. And I got comfortable with these claws, these Wolverine claws.
Oh, dude, I got one of those. Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you, they're only like +9. but they cause bleed. I am fucking like regular enemies. Three swipes, and they after the third swipe they lose a whole half their life bar because of the bleed damage. Just boom, automatic, and they're done.
That's awesome. The if you remember in Stormvale, the secret area that I found was there's like this spot where you're at the very top, and then there's like I think there's like 3 of those vulture thingies, and one of them actually has like an exploding barrel that he throws at you. So as soon as you see that, like where that vulture where that vulture came from, you walk right off the cliff.
Bro, those vultures are a fucking pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm like, dude?
The ones with like the blades on their ankles.
Yes.
Yeah. They could. Yeah. No, they're the worst.
A pain in the ball. Yo, and by the way, from that area you can jump. Dude, I started jumping across from that right where you start off the bonfire. You come out and there's that one that sees you, but you can jump right across and skip. Man, this game is.
Dude, I don't know. Did you guys even see too? I decided that I wanted to 100% this game. So whenever I saw a door that was locked, I had to make sure that I opened that. I figured it out before I moved on. And so there were 2 locked doors in Stormvale Castle that I finally figured out how to open. And one of them actually took me to the basement. I don't know if you guys have been down there, but there's like when you first go down, there's like 4 or 5 rats, and then you drop down even further and you fight. There's another boss down there. Like a huge, like one of the biggest boss. I think it's like a tree. It's like a poison tree or something like that. But anyways, it's so huge and like an epic boss battle, and you get one of those like the seeds that can increase the number of flasks that you have.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like dude, there's a hidden boss in the castle. Just go to the basement.
No, I've been down there. You know where that like the dogs are, and there's all these bodies to the left, to the right, like in there's like it's all these people hanging. I don't know if it's the basement, but it's the lowest part that I figured out in the castle. And there's like guards walk. God, I gotta find out what that is. But
it's right around I think the second gray site that you get. So just go to the gray site.
The second, okay.
Yeah, and then all you do is you just walk out the door, and do you know the main area? There's like this like main central area of the castle where there's like 25 regular foot soldier guys, and they all have those like fire cannons, and then there's a dog and there's a troll. Like a big, almost like a mini boss troll that's there. That area is where I'm talking about. Is if you go to the site of grace, you walk out the door, you take a right, and you'll look down and you'll think you'll die if you fall off this cliff, but you can actually fall down. You lose like half your health, but then you drop further, and that's when you get to the other boss in the castle.
So Hunter, there's a guy that you fight right when you get to Storm Castle. As you're walking up, like when you first start the thing, you're seeing guys in the woods with torches. You keep going up. All the way, right? You go inside the castle and there's a boss, and you're talking about the main gate castle, like not the main gate castle. No, the first boss you see. Like I took a picture of but I thought that was the main boss, and it wasn't. But the main boss is the guy with the firearm, the dragon, the second part, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Who was he called again? You remember his
name? I'm trying to remember his name. He's the shard bearer.
So did you make a decision where you you traded in his soul for anything? Did you make a decision?
Oh no, but I haven't. But because I'm still waiting to figure out like what I should get with it. But I actually noticed too that there is like I don't think there's one in Limgrave. I haven't found it yet, but at least in the other areas there are. Have you seen like there's basically it's like a huge temple that's on land, and the land has legs. The temple will walk around, right? Yeah. So you have to there's basically like crap on its legs that you have. It's like crystals that you have to break off, and once you break off a bunch of the crystals, it'll jump up in the air, smash down, and it'll stay on the ground. But
guys, we're spoiling it for the chat.
Sorry.
We're having too much fun. We're having too much fun talking about this game, but we're spoiling it for the chat.
But you can.
Sorry, guys.
Sorry.
But it's so good. Everybody's enjoying the hell out of the game.
Listen, you guys don't even know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Even
that is true.
We're talking about spots. You're never even gonna know what we're talking about. Like
you never know. They might run into it.
He just
They're
had to
not gonna
remind me
remember,
about
bro.
that.
I
No,
guarantee you
don't
some
run
of the
into
stuff
it.
like 100 secrets he's giving out, I'm not gonna remember.
I don't know what's going
When
on
I
with
do it.
Zoom, but his Zoom's giving us a time limit. It says we have
This is not like a
2
story
minutes.
dialogue.
What the
This
hell
is
is
just
Why is this?
serious
Yeah, why is it
text.
saying a minute?
Why does it say
Yeah.
that? It says in a minute something. This will be this.
Well,
will be-
just shoot us a new link, I guess.
Either that or I just do the voice call. Maybe Discord will work this time.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
think
know.
so.
Well,
Big
so if we
fuck.
disconnect,
A minute left. Come on.
I know that's dumb. I don't know what's going on with this. That's a
Can
first.
you extend it?
Can you?
I'm scared.
That is so stupid. What the hell is that? You know,
There's
I hope
gotta
that's
be
not
a
no-
way.
Is
there's
this
no
for the
new
free
shit.
version,
That's
or-
probably what they're trying to do. It's probably a shady way to make you go and pay for that crazy plan.
That might be it.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. Okay, so let me do this. Let's try Discord. We have the chat. I'm gonna do the call right now. Let's just do that. Let's see if it works. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, well, we'll just have our icons. Are you ready?
Yep.
All right. Let me disconnect here. Ah, boy. Gotta love Discord. Here we go. Wait for everybody to jump in. We never had to have that issue before. So that's weird that it's saying that I'm saying anything like that. All right, wait for everybody to reconnect. While everybody reconnects, let me go to you guys in the chat here. Okay, this camera's up. Let everybody redo everything. While they're setting up, yay, cameras are up. So we have here. Go back here. Ah, my bad. Let me fix that. All right, what'd you say? There you go. There you guys can hear me. Go ahead, speak.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we
No,
go.
you guys can hear me.
My bad. But yeah, now we fixed that. What was I about to ask everybody in the chat? So everybody who's played Elden Ring, what do you guys think? Is this the best Souls game that we've ever had? Is this the new standard? Is this something that needs to be?
Well, you said it plays like, oh, you keep bringing up Sekiro because you haven't played Dark Souls 3, and you know.
Who?
Well, you.
Who?
But
I said, is this the best Souls
I'm
game?
telling you, yeah. Let me get going.
Okay.
I'm
Where
saying
did I
you
get
haven't
second?
played-
Where'd
you
you
keep
say
saying
second?
Sekiro
I did not say
because
Sekiro.
you said, guys, this plays like Sekiro. Like it plays
No, I
like
did
Dark
not.
Souls
I
3
did not-
with
I did not say-
Sekiro elements,
I did
crouch
not
and
say
jump.
that. I did not say that.
You definitely did, though,
I
in the
did not,
beginning.
but you're
Bit, did he not say Sekiro? How do you feel about the Sekiro
you're
element?
gonna get killed.
Come on,
No,
Bit.
he said Sekiro elements like jump.
Yeah.
Like he mentioned, I think in his comparison to Demon Souls. I'm trying to be fair.
Somebody
I'm trying to be fair.
listens for
Right, and
someone
you
who
know what?
did
And you know why he
listen.
mentioned Demon Souls? You know why he mentioned
Why?
What's that?
Why?
What's
He
that?
hasn't played Dark Souls.
Why? I played Dark
True.
Souls 3.
For
Did
an
you beat
hour
it?
with me.
Did you beat it? Asshole.
Oh my
Big lad, it's
God.
okay. You're a good player. You just
What
gotta
is
finish the
happening
game.
here? I'm just getting phone brush on
Yeah,
this
see, you know
Oh,
why? Because he got me on my podcast.
Yeah, I
I'm just
know.
giving it
I know.
back. How's it feel? Huh?
I completely
Feel?
wrecked him on Solidcast, so he has to come.
Oh,
definitely
man,
did
here
it.
we
I
go.
wrecked him on
You definitely
Solidcast.
did.
You got
Anyway.
Rev trying to protect him. Rev couldn't protect him. You know. Yeah.
Damn.
That's my show. Did you remember that?
It's the best Souls game, though, for sure.
Okay, so there you guys go. Elden Ring impressions. I do want to compare this to. I do want to move this over to Horizon because I know Joe wanted to talk about it. We talked about it on the last show, but how you guys are feeling now playing Elden Ring? Are you guys like even more excited to go back to? Is the excitement still there to jump back to Horizon, or do you guys feel like Elden Ring is just going to be the game you're prioritizing until that's finished, and then you're going to go to Horizon? Like, how do you guys feel about Horizon now?
I'm feeling bullish. Like I feel like I could tackle both because they're two totally different type of games. Like in the grand scheme, you could compare them by saying yes, they're two open world games, but or like two action RPGs, but they're so different in feel and combat, and just every way, really. That to me, I feel like I could go back to Horizon and just totally dig into it and not feel like I'm losing out on something by not, diving into Elden Ring. Just like I said earlier, because there are some weird, pop-in stuff with Elden Ring right now. So I'm like, you know what? I could feel.
That's what like the pop-in. Like I had at the beginning with like they're doing the intro with where it says Horizon Forbidden West and they're showing different biomes. I had it like that where like the stuff.
Horizon got more pop-in than Elden Ring if you ask me.
Yeah, I'm starting to see the pop-in in Horizon more, and it kind of goes with because I listened to Skill Up's review before going into it, and he's like, "There's more pop-in the later and later you get into the game." And so for me, I've just been doing like a lot of side missions and kind of like going really slowly into the story. So hopefully by the time they get more patches out there, and I don't see more and more of that pop-in, but. Yeah, for me, I have no problem because they're two totally different games, two really stellar games as well. But as like the Souls guy in my heart, I know that Elden Ring's gonna be the mainstay for me. And like to answer the question, is it the best Souls game right now? I don't know. But
what's your best Souls games?
Me, I like. One? Well, I always go back to the first, which is Bloodborne. It's the greatest game of the generation, goddammit. So, for me...
is that the first old game you played?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what got me in love with this series.
Blaze. I see what you done too.
But
no. But bro, that's what got a lot of people into Firm Software.
Yeah. No, you did that look. You did that look.
Yeah. And then...
but he don't... Let him talk.
He's doing that look. He does it with me. He's like, oh, this dude. He does it all the time. He does it all the time.
I'm prepared.
Dude, I'm not giving him a look.
It would be Bloodborne first, and then tied for second because it has that 60 FPS is Dark Souls 3, and then after that Sekiro, and then after that Demon Souls, then after that. PS5. After that, Dark Souls, and then Dark Souls 2. I legitimately, you told me, Joe, have you beaten Dark Souls 2? I can't even get past the first half. I don't like that game one bit.
It's hard. It's one of the hardest. Honestly, I think Dark Souls 2 is one of the hardest just because of how they throw enemies at you in that game.
Yeah. That's what I've heard. It's like it's harder. It's harder in the first half than it is in like the second half. Just the way that they've designed certain encounters. But to me, the thing that irritates me, I feel like, is the level design in Dark Souls 2. I don't like it. It kind of just feels really messy. I love the level design though in Dark Souls 3. I think Dark Souls 3's level design is stellar, but for me the level design in Bloodborne is just god tier. Because everything really does feel interconnected in various ways. But yeah, so right now it's there, but I could easily see it. And the reason why I say that is just because I haven't beaten the game. Once I beat the game and I've seen all I can see, this will probably be up there. That being said, too, for me, when it comes to From Software games, if I love From Software games, I'm going to plat that son of a bitch. So that's this game seems daunting just because the first playthrough seems like 80 plus hours.
You hear that, Bush? He says he's on platinum.
Dude, I feel like I'm barely getting any achievements, and I put in quite a bit of hour.
Yeah. It's mostly boss battles.
Yeah, because it's like you do all the mini bosses, you're expecting a either trophy or achievement to pop. Nothing pops for the mini bosses.
Yeah, Hunter's right though. Like to me, it looks very achievable in like face value because a lot of it's just like beat this boss, get this thing. But then the three hard ones, quote unquote, is the fact that you're gonna have to beat this game 3 times.
Jeez. That's a lot of hours.
So it's like, that's hundreds, and I don't know if I got hundreds. Like. I feel like the tops I'll plat a game would be at 100. That's what I did with Hitman 3. That's what I did with Sekiro, I think, is at 100.
Yeah.
Sekiro kicked the shit out of me, guys.
That Sekiro Great Owl. I had no issue with. I love Sekiro.
No, Sekiro kicked my teeth.
The Headless gave me more trouble with that game. I hate the Headless.
Headless and the Great Owl in the Harada Estate.
See, you had trouble with the Great Owl. I think I'm the only dude that had trouble with the Lady Butterfly. She pissed me off.
Oh no, she's the reason why I quit the game the first time. Yeah. I was like, this game sucks.
She pissed me off. I hate that woman. Like,
but then it connected. Like literally, I dropped Sekiro after for 2 years. I came back literally in the holiday break, and then Lady Butterfly. I was like, oh shit, this is a dance. This isn't like any like this is just hit dodge, hit parry, hit dodge. I was like, okay, I got it, and that's the thing with From Software games to me. Sometimes they don't hit immediately, but it's like my brain all of a sudden the lock just turns and like the dial spins. I'm like, there you go. AOL.com
was the one that also kind of like, that was.
Where's Blaze? He should come back to give me shit here.
Nah, he disagreed.
I cheesed Demon of Hatred. I was just like,
you made him fall off the map, didn't you? You made him
absolutely.
Fall
he tripped.
Oh my god! If you ever found that glitch, they make him fall off the map.
Yeah. Okay. It's there. I used it. I beat him.
How many bosses have? So wait. So you're level 70. How many bosses have you beaten, Hunter, in Elden Ring? I'm curious. A lot.
Honestly, I haven't been counting, but I know, like, there's probably at least. I would guess 30, Jesus. Somewhere around there, because there's probably I've almost 100% completed the first 3 areas in terms of like checking all the side caves and doing all those. And so I beat the bosses for all those. So I think there's each area has, I would say, like 8 to 10 of those mini caves.
Yeah.
And then the other thing too is like I don't know if you guys even noticed, but you have to explore the area, or like the land, but you have to also make sure that you keep track of the time of day, because actually certain things will change from morning and afternoon to night. Like I've actually found a few bosses that are only available at night. Like I'd like, it was like an area that I went back so many times.
It worked like that, yeah. Because the chick with the summoning bell, she appeared at night-ish by the area, and she was just there. She was like sitting on the little beam, and it's like I barely saw her. I almost attacked her. I was like, "What the hell is that?" And she just starts talking. I'm like, "Oh, okay, she's like a helpful character."
I've seen at least, let's see, 1, 2, 3. I've fought 5 bosses so far that are time dependent. Really? So there's probably more.
Yeah, like I came across one guy on a horse. He looked like one of those guys in the robes in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. And that was one. Yeah.
Yeah, he hit me, and like half my health immediately gone. I'm like, and I feel like that's a soft hit, so I'm just gonna run.
Dude, another one is like right close to that. So just go back to that same area at night, and you'll find a second boss there.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah, all right, I'm gonna do that right now.
Neo 1, what about Neo? Neo 1, I'm guessing you're asking in terms of compared to this. Neo 1 is light work compared to this. The only thing that I would say Neo 1 would give you trouble with is the double bosses, where you have to fight more than one. Especially the one with the 3 ninjas, where you have to fight the frog guy and his 2 sidekick, his 2 disciples. Those missions are the toughest ones.
I really wish I could get into Neo, man. You know, that game just kicks my ass.
Man, Neo's so good.
Platinum that joint and 2.
Neo is great, but there's a mental gap for me where like dodge is circle, right? In Neo, it's cross. Yeah, and I can't. Yeah. My brain cannot do it. It's tried.
Yeah, Neo is a bootleg Souls game anyway.
Thank you, Blaze. Thank you, Blaze, for having me back there.
You know what I hated about that one, Hunter? Especially 2 compared to the first one of Neo. I hated how they did the parrying system. I preferred it would just be just like swords, and you had to do this whole Souls like spirit counter thing. I didn't like that in Neo 2. But I guess that's it for the Souls talk. Let's get into the gaming news, and everybody's gonna go on. Are you guys done with the Souls talk? You guys are spoilers. So here we go. We'll get to some gaming talk. Sony finally revealed the PlayStation VR 2. Finally, we've seen it. Everybody who's been keeping up on this, we kind of already knew the specs. They already told us the specs. This is pretty much the second highest tier VR headset on the market, and it is going to be good. Now, the headset itself does have one wire. This was already reported months prior. So it was funny when I saw the reveal on Twitter, when we saw the hardware design. A lot of people were saying it looks like a Quest. It does. It definitely looks like a Quest 2. But on top of that, people were like, wait, like you're just always that one guy with a picture zoomed in. Is that a wire in the damn headphone?
Yeah.
It's always that one asshole who
Just goes over their head.
And I'm sitting there going, you do realize they said this months ago. Like, what are we doing here? Like, what's happening?
I think nobody, they don't care. They just want to cause a controversy and, fanboyism on the timeline and stuff like that. They don't care. Even though Sony revealed the specs and it having, like, an OLED screen and eye tracking software, and then they also said a singular cable connecting the headset, but they got to hone in on that one negative thing, which isn't even a real negative, to be completely honest. Because if you're playing like a Quest 2 and you want to play like Half-Life Alyx in the best possible way, you want to connect it via your PC. So it's
bro. On top of that too, it's funny because it's like, bro. What is that supposed to accomplish? Again, we know this is going to be the second top headset on the market. Now, again, I'm hoping that this is going to be $400. I hope they don't go into the $500 price range with the specs. I do think it's going to be $400 just to be in that safe zone. But, I mean,
in terms of resolution, it's the best.
You know what I'm saying? Compared to what we got previously with all the crazy wires and like the little PS4 looking adapter thing that slid forward.
The breakout box.
Yeah. This thing right here is a step in all the right directions. And it's like literally top tier for what I'm looking at.
Who bought a PSVR in this chat, in this room? Who has one?
Not me.
Nobody?
Okay. I like
real
it.
Fans. Look at that, Big Cloud. Real fans. Can we try other things out, Big Cloud?
He's giving him shit.
You were gonna.
Here's the thing. I really love. I really love PSVR, and it's just like an amalgamation of all their failures just into this one machine that is like this idea. They're just like, and I love the launch of it. Yeah, garbage move control, because they're just like, hey, listen. They're like, listen, we don't know if this is gonna be a thing. We're taking a risk with it. You're taking a risk with it. Let's just see if this thing pays off. And apparently it has, because this thing looks sleek. Yeah, and it does kind of look with the Oculus Quest vibes. Sure,
not a bad thing. It's fine.
It's not. As long as it still has like the crown placement, because I still think I've worn plenty of VR headsets, and I still think the PSVR headset is the most comfortable. So it's like I love what Sony's been doing, where it's just like, whether it's a PS5 or this, they're just like, okay, so what was the problem with the last iteration? And like just doing little check marks with it. Yeah. The controllers look really cool. I wonder how they're gonna do the like finger tracking thing. But yeah, like the wire is not an issue. Like, again, I'm not a tech guy, you guys know, before the stream. So like when I was a little disappointed that it had a wire, some people way smarter than me were just like, Joe, listen, we're going to tell you why it needs the juice of the PS5 to have the games looking and running as good as they are. Mm-hmm. That's why it's a wired connection, not wireless. I was like, okay, then I'm fine with it. And that's kind of how I've been. I'm really excited for this. Now I just need to see games for it. I need to see some things in action. And hopefully the only thing I feel like PlayStation needs to do or show is how impressive these games are, because VR is so hard to showcase games to people, because you really have to wear it to understand it. So how they translate why this is an exciting piece of tech is going to be important.
Yeah, because I noticed like for Best Buy, maybe you would remember this, Blaze, like, because at my Best Buy, they would have the regular PSVR and like have a Sony rep there, just like, hey, play this game, let us know what you guys think. And that was their way of like promoting the PSVR. But I would think they should do that, but it's kind of hard because the situation we live in now. Yeah. And I don't know how you could really do that per se, but
I think the advantage there is, well, hopefully things have died down by that time, but from what my understanding is that the VR market is just continuously growing. So at this point, people at least have the idea or some type of experience with VR to understand it a little bit. So like before it was just a concept. Now I feel like most people that are interested have put one on.
I'm curious to know if that wire is detachable. Because if it's detachable, Red Hood said, oh, the best way to play Half-Life Alex, that's true, but it's not true, because when you're playing it wirelessly with the Quest, you can still crank up all the visuals. The only thing that's taken a hit is your input lag and the resolution. The resolution takes a hit because it's wireless, but you can still put everything at high, Red Hood.
I meant the resolution and the input lag.
But the PSVR, the first one, first of all, these idiots, that's what I'm saying. They don't even know what they're talking. Oh, the PSVR's got an OLED screen. Like, yeah, the first one had an OLED screen. Welcome to fucking knowing what you're talking about. Second thing is, those dildo controllers. Look, this is why. Remember we had the PS4 controller with the light bar, and people were like, oh, why'd they have to put that? Everybody dims it. They give you an option to dim it down. Like, that was all there. That was all thought out. Like, I know people think VR is like, bro, that shit was thought out years in advance. So they knew, that stupid what's that PS3 thing called? That when the controllers first came out, what they call that?
Move controller.
The move controller.
They knew they had a shit ton of them. Killer. People bought that shit. They had a shit ton in the warehouse. They already had the technology, and they said, look, this will work. They can manage it. They can work. But dude, not having analog sticks was a real problem for me. I don't like teleporting. I like smooth. That's why I bought the gun with the analog stick on it. That came with Farpoint.
The aim controller. Yeah,
the aim controller with Farpoint with certain games, it just made it so much more playable. So I'm just glad to see them. Look at this new iteration of Sony is just different, dude. This ain't PS3 Sony. This ain't the like this. They seem to just get everything right in terms of hardware and software, bro. They just seem to they just got it, bro. They got the finger on the pulse and everything they're releasing. That's why I say if they bring out a Vita or a new PSP, it would sell well and people would embrace it. It's a different Sony. It's a much more confident Sony that knows what the fuck they're doing.
I got the color of
the
unit.
It's just reminiscent to the PS5 color scheme.
Like everybody likes the PS5 in black. Do y'all think this will look a lot more badass in black? I'm just saying.
Yeah, I bet D-Brand's working on something. Exactly. D-Brand's working on something. To me the thing sits
into oblivion.
And then PlayStation put out their own decals. Thing is, the thing sits under my TV. I have the white panels on. I gave my black ones to my dad. It's fine, or my brother. It's fine. It is what it is. I when people are like, "Oh, Joe, the PS5's too big. I don't know where to put it." It's like, dude, the Xbox Series X is also unwieldy. Like they're both, when you look hard enough, they're both kind of ugly. I don't really care what they look like if they're giving me really good experiences like Halo Infinite or like Horizon. I don't care. No. Don't care.
They've grown on me. The PS5, the color scheme has grown on me. It is what it is, bro.
Yeah, it's a little bit of Stockholm syndrome. Is that they got us in? Because now it's like, you know what, the white and black. All right, yeah.
Well, there you guys go. PSVR 2 looks good. Pricing hopefully is 4, and they get that done right.
And hopefully it's
350.
You think it's 350? No,
I don't know if we'll do 350. I think it's 4.
Listen,
they're gonna take a hit even at 400, bro.
It don't matter, dude. The Quest 2 is becoming the best-selling headset, and the Quest 2 starts out at $300. I'm just saying, bro. Sony's smart. They undercut it. Yeah, they lose what, $50? They undercut the market. I'm just saying it would be smart and beneficial for them to drop it at $350. How are you gonna tell somebody to spend $400, $450, $500 when the fucking console costs that? It's just they got to be careful with that shit, man. I think they could take a little loss and people would buy it and embrace it more.
I'm with you there because they know that the VR community, like the attach rate on PSVR, is incredible. I forget it off the top of my head, but it's incredible. So they could theoretically just go, okay, so like the hidden cost of this thing is really $900 because you have to buy a PS5 with it, right? So we can undercut it. We could do 3. We could maybe do 4. Who knows? But like we can go low because again, our community is going to go and buy these 5 games. If like a Horizon, Astrobot, a Home 2, whatever. I truly believe Insomniac VR game comes out at launch, then all those things are going to propel that.
Could be Iron Man 2.
Sure.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Astrobot wouldn't be pushed just because how well he did
Maybe
for PS5. I mean, Astrobot
maybe
solid. Yeah.
Team Asobo might work on it, but like
Bro,
I think
the
would
best
make
VR
them...
game is Astro's Play. What's that Astro game?
You know, you got it.
Astro's
Astro's Rescue Mission.
Astro's Playroom.
Dude.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
In VR, that shit is one of the most impressive VR games on PlayStation VR.
Totally.
They already have it. They already do it. There'll be another one. Trust me.
They just need to bring it to PC as well. They would make a
Yes,
dude. They would make so much money. They would make so much money, Blaze. You know that.
What if they brought it to PC?
Yes.
It's gonna be compatible with PC.
From what I understand, there's ways of hacking it. To check out this room's trophy room because it goes places with the PSVR on PC. But you can mod it to go on PC.
No, they're talking about the game. Yeah, you can use your PSVR on PC. It's a kind of a pain in the ass. I tried it, but it's not ideal,
but
man. It's really
if they're gonna bring their games to PC and stuff, I wouldn't be surprised if they bring the VR as well to PC.
Yeah. It'll work on PC. Trust me. Yeah. It'll work.
Do you guys think Half-Life's coming? That's like you guys saw those rumors too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised because
like a launch title for PSVR 2.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be surprised.
I've heard the leaks and the rumors that would suggest that. It also, I think, makes sense because Valve really doesn't care about exclusivity of stuff. They really want VR just to succeed. They don't even care if they're the leaders or not. So yeah, I definitely see them just tossing it on PlayStation. Them being some type of deal. I also feel like VR in itself should drop the whole like exclusive stuff and just go, everybody, let's bring everybody's stuff on each other's hardware because we're rising boats, what is it, raise all ships or whatever. I would love that type of mentality there because there's some really good VR games outside the PlayStation realm that I would love to try, and I have not been able to because I'm stuck on PlayStation VR.
If you buy a Quest 2, you can experience best of both worlds. You get all the Quest, so you get Resident Evil 4 in VR on Quest, and then you use your Quest to play Half-Life Alyx, like I did.
Now, Blaze, real talk, because as we're talking, I am looking to invest into an Oculus.
Bro,
because
it's awesome.
Is it awesome? Okay. Because look at me, Blaze. I need to lose a little bit of weight. I don't know if you know this. I'm not the example of male physique or whatever. So I'm like, if I gamify it, if I do a little Beat Saber, I do some
There's a couple games on there. The Beat Saber. There's a boxing game that legit,
which Blaze won't see me in because he's afraid.
It's a
here we go.
Yeah. Blaze won't see me in that boxing game.
All right.
God, that Dark Souls shit hit him hard.
What's
man.
up, Doc? Yeah. Anyway, let me just chat for a second here. Shout out to I'm Cool for being a channel member for 2 months. Says loving Elden Ring so far. I'm so crazy. I kept making new characters trying to beat the tutorial boss. He dropped the $5 super chat. He says Sekiro over Bloodborne, Demon Souls Remake, Dark Souls 2, Elden Ring, Dark Souls 3, and Dark Souls. Oh man,
wait a minute. Did he say Sekiro over everything? Yeah. Oh, get out of here, bro.
He's pushing buttons.
Listen, I'm the type of guy of like, if you chose, because I like Sekiro a lot. It's not my favorite, but I like it a lot. If you choose Bloodborne, Dark Souls 3 or Sekiro as your favorite, I'm like, all right, cool. The only thing I'll ever give you shit about is if Dark Souls 2 is anywhere in those top 3.
Bro, big.
You're gonna hurt Blaze now.
No. He's right. Look, Dark Souls 2 has a rolling effect of hate because
now he's right.
No, he's right in a way.
Right, huh?
Because
Miyazaki
didn't make the game, number one.
Right.
He assisted with it, but number 2. There was a big downgrade with Dark Souls. If you see the first reveal of Dark Souls 2, it looks incredible, bro. It looks better than Elden Ring. Go watch the first reveal of Dark Souls 2. But then it had to get downgraded because, bro, it's running on a PS3. And that game launched in 2013, which they could have waited and put it on the PS4 and, fixed a lot of those issues. But anyway, it's not the point. That game came out in a point in my life where I needed that game. I was recovering from something. And dude, Dark Souls 2 is still look at if to say it's the worst, it's the worst Dark Souls game is fair to say, but that Dark Souls 2 game is better than 90% of any other game. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, fair enough, Blaze. You know what? Yeah. If it gets you through something,
the DLC is one of the they definitely. I didn't mean to cut you off, bro. But the DLC, the Sunken King, is one of the best work they've ever done. From Software, you can ask the community, like that DLC is incredible.
I'll try it again. One day I'll try it again.
Yeah, for sure. We'll play it, bro. Let me know on PlayStation.
Good.
Lobo with the $2 super chat says, just remember, cows died for this product. He's talking about D-Brand.
Oh, man.
And that's all super chats. Moving back to this. So somebody said, don't get your hopes up too high for this. I mean, big rumor going around for next month. Big state of play is going to happen. One of the big things coming out of this, obviously, is God of War and a potential release date. That's really about it that I'm really getting in terms of anything major coming out of this.
Low expectations.
My expectations are definitely low, and I do agree what he said. A lot of these state of plays have not really been all that great. We came off of what was that game, Ghostwire Tokyo.
Yeah,
Ghostwire Tokyo did nothing for me. I'll just put it like that. I'll be nice. It did nothing for me personally, and then the state of play before that, I think Gran Turismo, which was actually good. But a lot of them weren't really over the top. It was just mostly focused on strictly one particular game as opposed to, the typical format where you would have updates, this game, that game, that game. So if they are going to do it, I do expect God of War to be a big part of this. They'll say release date since we got Horizon out the way. You got Elden Ring keeping people happy. It makes sense for them just to go, hey, this game's coming this month or that month, and then that will be the big announcement. And I'm not expecting anything else, like for them to say like, hey, Resistance or something like that. So people,
no,
me and Bad, but we can dream.
That'd be amazing.
I know, we can
They've
dream.
been teasing it for so long.
I know.
Dude, you know what? Here's the thing, though. The thing is with State of Play is that State of Plays, I think, are actually pretty decent. The problem is that Sony is really bad at marketing these things. What they need to do, I think, is they need to take the same route that Nintendo is doing, which is, first of all, they have like their main direct. Whenever you see just like a Nintendo direct, you're going to get something big, something awesome, right? They have the indie direct, right, which is specific. And we've seen, I think there was one like in, what was it, September? There was one last fall that was like probably 75% indie titles, and there was a few big games that were in there, but the reaction was mixed, and that's just because like they just gotta focus, man. Put the indie showcase all together. They can have a couple of indies in their big one, but like their big shows should just be 80-90% their big titles, right? And then the other thing too, like Nintendo, if they're going to be doing something for a specific game, they just brand it. There's like a Pokemon direct, or there's like an Animal Crossing direct, or whatever, right? Like they should just have those three. One that focuses a deep dive in one game, one that's like their big thing that shows all the big AAAs, and then their indie. And then that way, like expectations are set. Yeah. And we're not like going into every state of play thinking like, oh my god, this is the one, right?
Yeah.
This is the one this is the big one, right? But they're
gonna show me God's eyes. You know? They're gonna wink. Yeah, no, that I come from the same philosophy. Like this is something I've been preaching on the trophy room for like 2 years now. It's like Sony's big problem with state of plays is that we're all expecting everything at them, and where we've seen them over the past 2 years kind of almost take this route is, the big one is the future game showcase. Right? That's where you're going to get your Spider-Man, your Wolverine, and all that stuff. Yep. And then the state of plays, they do like, here is a Ghost of Tsushima state of play. Here's your Last of Us state of play. And you're like, okay, so I know what these things are. But then when it comes just to the standard state of play, we still don't know where the expectation for these things are, because you could get one that is pretty decent, pretty good, right? Or you could have one that was like in October, where all you had was like the thing that was debuting. It was a little devil inside, right? And you're like, oh boy. So I feel like PlayStation, if they just went the route of, here is your future game showcase, that is our E3 moment. Here's what you're going to see in year plus from now. Here's our state of play. Here's what our partners are working on, and then here's the indie state of play, whatever we're gonna call it, the state of the indie, whatever.
Yo, Bad Bit, where you
Here's where all
from?
the
Dog?
indies.
Where you from, bro?
Jersey.
I knew it. I knew you had some Bostonian cut, you know,
That's
some
right.
heritage.
That's the way I say like coffee or something like that.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, this guy's from Boston or some shit.
Hey, I don't know. That's my only Boston thing is going with an Italian accent. But yeah, like that's what they need to do. It's just like, just have it so that we know where the expectations are. Because yeah, like they'll call it a mini direct when it's really small, or they'll give us a direct, and we kind of know what to expect from there, and then they give us an indie world. You know, it's
them being transparent on Twitter. I would prefer to be more transparent instead of being so secretive about
Sony's never gonna change, bro. They're always,
dude. Even Xbox has indie showcases. Like,
but there's
Sony's the only. For sure.
Truly dreadful.
Yeah, but still, I mean, like, so what I've noticed recently is when Sony wants to highlight just indie specifically, they always have. It's like Indie Day on PlayStation Blog. Have you guys seen that? Where it's like they just give you like 4 or 5 like big updates, and then on Twitter
every
it's like
15 minutes. It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
That sucks.
But they should do that. Just do a video version of it, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Get hire one video guy. PlayStation, you can do it. One graphics guy. Get a reel together. Because like I get it. The PlayStation Blog is pretty popular in the grand scheme of things, but even then, it's like just to relegate it to a blog post isn't great. I really feel like, dude, you have Twitter. Why can't if you're gonna do something like that, like why not throw it up on a TikTok or whatever? It's like, here's a 15-second, here's 2-minute like super fast reel of this one game we're showcasing today, or just here's a 5 to 10 minute indie thing. Enjoy, you weird nerds. You know, that'd be great.
I think the exact same way as you, but then I was also thinking too, I was actually trying to look at it from the Sony perspective, and then I was like, wait a minute, every single time they tweet out these indie things, Sony has like what, 24 million followers? Like I absolutely agree with you. I totally think they should go that route. But even with the PlayStation Blog and Twitter, like you have to imagine that like, you know, hundreds of thousands of people, like lots of people are at least seeing the tweets, if not reading the blog.
And that's the thing, like to go off what this little social media manager in me here, BitCloud, to go like, you know, they are too stoic on social media. I would like them to have a little bit more personality. But the thing that they're really, really great at is like they leave their personality to the like PlayStation Australia or UK team. The PlayStation brand one where it's just America, where they screw over all the American creators. Thank you so much. That one is just like, okay, suit and tie. When we talk, you're going to listen, and because what we have to say is important. But then they do a fantastic job of letting the studios also just speak for themselves. The way that these companies are, you know, talking to each other and cheering each other on, whether it's like the release of a game, so like all the artists are doing sketches of Aloy with other famous PlayStation characters, or just celebrating each other's victories, is really awesome to see, because there's this sense of like family within this brand that really does also help that loyalty aspect.
I have noticed that Sony from America is just they're too zipped up, man. They really are.
Yeah.
You know,
I would
Australia
really
tweets SOCOM shit, like all the shit that Sony avoids, they're tweeting. It's like, holy shit.
Yeah.
I really wish that they had something. This is just from the creator side, where they had something for American
bro, it sucks,
socials
bro.
and creators.
You go to Xbox, yo, I seen some good channels out there, no disrespect to you, Xbox guys. Well, like, and they're getting games and review copies. It's like, come on, come on, Sony. You know what though? That's why PlayStation games are just like they're just big events, and they just feel exclusive when you get them. Like they're just these experience. I can't explain it. It's just weird.
No, and that's because, you know, PlayStation and Nintendo are way more selective of who they choose, and they're getting more and more so as time goes on, especially if unfortunately you're an American creator. So that, you know, that's why their Metacritic is always pretty darn phenomenal. That's why their games are an event when they arrive. Xbox, because they're newer and smaller, they have to like throw their stuff out everywhere. And that's no disrespect to Xbox. That's just the way that they see their growth, and it works, you know.
Yeah,
but they'll get tight-lipped soon.
Came and guarantee freelancers copies of games, like, you know, early to get them the content out. They have to get it the day of release. So it's
the one thing I can say about Sony though is that if you can actually get on the good list of Sony, they are definitely one of the most respectful publishers when it comes to giving the reviewers enough time to, like, Sony will hand out their games sometimes like 3 weeks, sometimes a month. Like, usually at a minimum you get 2 weeks with their games. And then, like, other publishers will give you, like, some of them will give you 2 days before launch. Some will do like like a week, but it's still like a 50-hour game that you've got to now suddenly play in a week and get a review out. But that's the thing, like, when it's kind of hard these days to fully trust reviews because you're just not really sure, like, who's played what, like, did they beat the game, how far did they get, like, there's not a lot of transparency there. But with Sony reviews, like, I typically actually think that they've had enough time. Like, those are the ones that I think I actually trust because the reviewers have actually had time to play the game, think about the game, like, even giving yourself like a day or two after you beat it to, like, formulate your thoughts and put everything together and figure out what you're going to say about this game. Like, Sony gives you the time for that. So
let me piggyback on what you just said, Hunter, because there was actually, I don't know if you saw it on Twitter. I know everybody else probably saw it, but I don't know if you saw it personally. But Mike Rose, did you see his comment about it? Basically, he said, you don't need to finish a game to review it, and your editors shouldn't be asking you to do that, especially when it will destroy you to do so.
Yeah.
He says, in my 8 years of reviewing video games, I probably finished around 10% of them, and my opinions were rarely out of line with others. Now,
real talk, I don't know a lot of people that actually beat Elden Ring.
Yeah.
All right, it's a massive game. Honestly, I think Firm Software should have had codes out way
a month in advance.
Yeah.
I think they really they downplayed how massive that, dude. It's the map is like Skyrim level, bro. Right there, like, it's fucking huge, man.
Didn't they say it was like 30 hours too?
Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah, that's BS.
From Software was like, oh yeah, if you just like mainline it, it's like 25-30 hour game.
That's
but Hunter, when you open the map, Hunter, when you open the map, bro, the map first of all is grayed out, even at the very beginning, and then when you do get a part of the map, it's one piece, and dude, there's no question marks or, like, you place your own beacons. So further on, like, oh, this guy, I can go farm over here, I can get this type of material here, but, like, there's nothing on the map. It's completely empty, and it's just go figure shit out, basically.
But like, how y'all feel about his take in these reviews? I mean, obviously, I just said the game is too big.
I'll have a hot take.
Yeah.
I don't think he's wrong.
You don't think he's wrong?
Don't need to. So, like, and listen, I don't review them, so I don't have whatever. But I know people that do review them. They're incredibly smart people, incredibly adept at their words. And I trust their judgment. So, again, I don't know many people that actually beat Elden Ring, but I know people that gave it a score. And I'm playing Elden Ring right now, and it's really great. Yeah. That doesn't mean, like, don't go out there and play 5 hours of something. If you've poured 45 hours into a game, you typically know what it's going to be if the hour to beat is at 50 or 55 or 60. It's not going to really change. Yeah. Now, there is also some give and take. If it's extremely narrative focused, yes, you should beat it. But if it is this huge open canvas that is an Elden Ring where you're 80 hours in and you still have room for more, then, I don't think you necessarily need to. I think the thing that we need to move away from is numbered scores because they're just dumb.
Agreed.
And I think that's more important than
it, though. This isn't like the first time we were seeing this. I think Tony Polanco got a lot of flack for saying something similar.
Tony never finished his game, bro. It's one thing not finishing Elden Ring on time. It's another thing, like, dude, when we're talking about like a Last of Us or an Uncharted, like, bro, you can beat that Like if your job is to sing, like I don't want to hear it. Like Elden Ring is the one thing. But even you said 50 hours. Like even Elden Ring at 50 hours, the game completely opened up for me in a different way. Where I'm like, it kind of went back to that without spoiling shit. But like, bro, Elden Ring is the one game I would say like, you know what?
It's a pass.
It's not a pass, but it's like I understand, bro, because it's not only that it's a massive game. Like Assassin's Creed is a long game. That's just because there's so much shit to do and blah blah blah. But this is a long game and it's fucking difficult. There's gonna be trial. You're gonna be going back trying to fight the boss, going back trying to fight. Like it's a different type of a game.
Yeah,
you know,
and that's too. It's more like of an understanding. I think that's a great point.
Yeah,
and I feel like if reviewers they only have two jobs at the end of the day. Tell me what difficulty you beat it at, so I know what you went through, and tell me if you beat it or not. And I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. If you said I poured X amount of hours in, this is my thoughts on it. Cool, that's great.
Too. Yeah.
But when I hear folks go, I'm always gonna just play it on easy or very easy. I don't give a shit. Like that one reviewer did, and then they were surprised they got shit. It's like, well, like because you didn't play at the pace where most people are going to experience it, so. Yeah. Yes, I understand
like
that.
Runners who speed run games. I'm talking about they go, I beat the game in 20 hours, something like that. And it's like, well, it's an open world game. You just went to the end.
I think for me, like the biggest issue, and I think this is something that should change in the industry, is just calling some of these written pieces or videos reviews. Like it's like on my website, I started changing it to my take. Right? I don't call it my review. I just call it my take on the game.
You don't say review in progress, maybe?
Well, review in progress, yes, but I mean, like, it's the thing. Okay, like, what I feel like is that if there's people that say, okay, you've got to like, if you're gonna review it, you've got to like beat the main story, right? But the way I think too is like, for a lot of games, it's not just that. You have to do the side stuff too. Like you have to do a lot. There's so I'm playing like. I still am like in the final stretches for Dying Light 2, but like there's like something like 90 side missions that I've done, and they helped round out the experience for me, right? Like if I just went for the story and just completely ignored all of the like the parkour side missions, like all the rescuing people missions, like it's just like there's like almost no end to like saying that I finally finished the game, right? And so I find that like just saying like, you know, this is my review, this is like I'm gonna say it once and that's it, like this is my review. I think that's the problem. I think it's kind of like, you know, here's my take. I've done like, you know, I've done 60 hours in the game, right? I've done, you know, I'm 90% through the story, 75% through the side missions. I think at that point you're able to at least give opinions on games, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like if you put in 50 hours into anything, you should be able to give your opinion on it. But calling it just like, you know, here's the final review and here's my here's my number for it, right? I think that's the issue. Like it should be more my takes or reviews in progress or
impressions.
Yeah, just exactly. Just call it impressions.
So yeah, I think my own point of view, right, is like similar takes here, but also different takes. I think Colin, which he does PlayStation podcasts and stuff, which he made a good point because he was a reviewer, editorial, and IGN, right? And if he couldn't finish a game, he would say either review in progress or impressions, whereas now like this modern industry, it's like your impressions are now just a review. A glorified impression is the review now, and that's fine if it's stated that way, because like JRPGs, for instance, right, they're long games, right? They could be anywhere from 50 to 80 hours. Let's do Persona 5, for instance. Game's very, very long, very story focused, turn-based mechanics, and stuff gets introduced also like later on, adding new combat abilities into the mix. But if you go in 10 hours and you're just like, I thought the gameplay was very simple, but in 20 hours they add so much stuff to the combat where it's like you have to say your impression, because if you just say this is, you know, a full-blown review, that'd be different, you know, story. I don't think it's fair to call it that. But as a whole, if we're talking about number point system, which is completely different, number point system should be like, you know, gone out of the industry. But the problem now is they're also incorporated in studio like bonuses and stuff like that. Like, hey, so if you get like 88,
why don't they change it, Red Hood, to buy it or don't? You know, would you buy it or not? But it's never gonna change, bro.
Yeah,
it's never gonna change. It's because of traffic. It's because of I've tested this on my own Twitter. If I play a game and do an impression and then tweet it out and say like, you know, this game's a recommend or this game's not a recommend, versus reviewing a game and putting a score and tweeting out and saying like this game is like a 9 out of 10, the numbered tweets always do significantly better. And it's the same for websites, right? It's like, look, and the other thing too is like when you put a number on it, then you, especially for the big sites, obviously you have a chance then to get into all the marketing material, because you know you look at Elden Ring.
They're gonna put IGN on the you're
Elden Ring tweeted out just the other day. It was like, here's the accolade image of like, you know, 50 10 out of 10s or whatever, right?
That's true.
That's the kind of stuff, like, I mean, that's why they do it. Like, first of all, you're going to get more hits initially because people want to know what that number is, and they're just like, they're curious, what's that number? And then you get like bonus, you know, impressions and hits to your website, because then the actual companies themselves will market it. They'll create a video, put it on YouTube, put like 5 or 6 major sites, 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10 or whatever, and everyone goes to yeah, that's why they do it.
Yeah, it's number one for visits. It gets clicks. SEO plays a huge part of it. And if you're on, even when it comes like to Metacritic and stuff like that, sites that I feel like are awful, they're there. They get on there, and the ones with the numbered scores are often the ones that are first on the list because they have the numbered score. So if you have like the strongly recommend, that's not going to get up there because they don't care. You can't quantify it with just you know, people's eyes are dumb and brains are stupid, because it all comes down to the simple, all right, they have 15 seconds to read this and to get hooked, even less if it's an article. So, you know, what's that thing gonna get them there? It's that number, and whether it's low or high, and even sometimes the middle of the road, will get people to that thing and click on it, whether it's the hate click or the love click. They don't care. So SEO is very much a factor. Like, Hunter, you were talking about like numbered tweets. I love that, because I hate those so much, Hunter, because I'm like, you can't do this. This is just 280 characters. How are you going to do 9 out of 9? But like, of course, like that's going to get better traffic because, yeah, people are going to see that number and they're going to react to it. And when they react to it on Twitter, Twitter's going to reward that post. So it gets higher and higher. It's the simple science of the internet. So to me, that's where I feel like the true problem is, but it's always going to be there because the problem is it works. And as problematic as it may be, the reason why we don't like it is it gets weaponized by like losers that have no like social programming, because they're just spend their whole days on Twitter just hate tweeting.
Or even like outlets, right? Because like for every game you'll see like games that get 95% on Metacritic, but there's always got to be that one site that will get it a 5 out of 10 or
yes.
right,
because they want the traffic.
Just so they're at the bottom, they're in the red. Everyone's like, why is everything green? But there's like,
and even those companies said that too. Like there were like posts about the reviewers and stuff like that they said, we gave it a low score because we wanted traffic onto our site.
Oh no, I mean we all know that happens, but to actually get a site that actually admits to that, geez, that's bad. But actually,
nobody anymore, man. These sites are all paid for. They don't want to ruin relationships with these companies.
That's
you know what I mean?
You could get blacklisted too.
Yeah,
certain companies.
Yeah, but dude, wait. Hold on a sec. You just said paid for. They're not paid for, man.
Look at and that's just a saying, Hunter.
You have relationships that they need to manage,
right.
like absolutely.
Right, that's just a saying. They're paid for it, but it's like,
yeah, okay.
Yeah, but Hunter, if I tweet right now, fucking listen, Elden Ring is the most overrated trash, dude. Give it 10 minutes, and I'll be attacked from every angle.
Yeah.
But they would be like, "What are you doing, Blaze? You're a Souls fan." But like I'm saying, like anybody hates on Souls. I put out a tweet from my friend Rev that he said, "Oh, the game he rage quit last night." He sent me, "Fuck this game. The combat's this, the rolling," and I tweeted out, and it was like people like freaking out, sending them. It's like, dude, it's not that serious. You know what I mean? But
yeah, but Twitter, it doesn't matter if you have a good opinion or a bad opinion. People are going to dogpile on you.
That is
right?
Facts.
You could tweet this is the best game ever, and you're going to get 20 people hating on you saying it's not. Facts. Right? So
that is true. You're damned if you do, damned if you don't. You're right.
Yeah, and the thing is, like for me, I trust very few reviews. It always goes back to you have to find the reviewer that has a similar voice of you that you can trust. And that's what I always say. It's like, I don't care what Metacritic has to say. I like Skill Up, and he has the same way I think about games. So I'm going to trust that guy's opinion because we're into the same type of games, the same taste, etc. So like, that's the thing that really matters. Cause like when people are like, yeah, like IGN's bought off or like GameSpot's bought off, it's like, I mean, to an extent, they have to play it safe, but also on the other flip, they're also two of the biggest gaming sites, and like this month alone, they are actually on the lower rated scales in terms of like games rated. So, to me, it's more. I actually don't trust. I don't trust creators because we're the ones that are scared. Like we get that big code, right, and we're just like, whoa, this is an opportunity. This is an opportunity. And you have to train your brain going, no. An opportunity to be fair, because a PR person will know if you're kissing ass or kiss ass or genuinely kind. Yep. So like there are some creators out there that are giving some of the worst games that we've seen last year, like 9.8s, right? It's like, no, that ain't it.
Totally.
Call of Duty, man.
Yeah. So, trust your gut when it comes to a game.
Don't trust anybody. Put it that way.
There you go. Yeah.
But the one thing that I will say too, because I know like a lot of websites get flack about how review scores are just generally high, right, across the board for most games. But like, maybe I'm out to lunch too. You guys can like tell me if I am. But I generally find that most games that I play, like I play, mostly the AAA games, right? I find that most of them have like at least a decent level of fun. Like it's kind of rare for AAA games to be like completely awful. Like we're so bad that I'd want to give it like a 3 out of 10, right? Like it's just, I mean, like I'm sure we can think of a few examples. There's usually like one or two like, stinkers every year for that stand out. But like just in general, man, like
Battlefield. There you go.
I didn't want to say it.
What game did you say?
Battlefield.
2042.
Battlefield. Yeah, there you go, man. That's
in recent memory. That's it.
When I
oh
like
shit!
Crossfire.
I forgot about that.
That's just it, man. Like whenever I think back to my year of gaming, I tend to play like 40 or 50 games a year. There was like maybe 3 or 4 that were like generally really bad.
Yeah.
Right.
And if they're bad, I just don't finish them. And I don't. That's the other thing. Like when it comes to Twitter, it's just like I just want to use my place to just talk about games that I love and like celebrate the people that make them. So like I'm not out here going, look what happened with my copy of Horizon Zero Dawn. Her hand is in her foot. It's like, no, I'm not here to show weird glitches that rarely happen to anybody. Yeah.
And I find that the people that are complaining about high review scores, they just like, for me, for example, when I was tweeting about Elden Ring, right? I tweeted out my review, and if you look at the comments on it, there was a bunch of people that are like, oh, how could you give this game? I gave it a 10 out of 10 because I think that's what it deserves. Wow. But people are like, well, how are you giving this a 10 out of 10? It's when frame rates are so bad, right? But these are people who I tweeted out 2 days before the game came out. Okay, these people haven't even they I guess like heard something or saw something out for Digital Foundry, and Digital Foundry will probably like they'll give you the goods, but it's kind of like whenever they show low performance, they don't really tell you the amount of times that you're going to get that bad performance, because like I'm sure you guys can all attest, like Elden Ring generally runs fine, right?
It does.
It doesn't have frame rate issues as far as I'm concerned that are like big enough to actually
impact the game.
Make it like not a fun game, right? So it's just weird that how people just kind of like form opinions and be like, man, your review sucks. And it's like, dude, you haven't even played the game.
Yeah, they go with the crowd. They go with the crowd. That's what they do.
They go with the crowd. Absolutely.
Yeah, they go with the crowd. If the crowd says the game sucks, they'll literally just follow them because they don't want to. They want to be a part of that and not be.
Big Bud, all these dudes are saying Elden Ring is stuttering. Why?
Dude,
why is Elden Ring stuttering? Like it's not stuttering.
They'll watch Digital Foundry and they'll be like, yeah, they'll like attack reviewers and how dare you give that game a 9 out of 10? I looked at Digital Foundry and like on PS5 it dips down to 50 frames.
I love what you just said, because you know what happens when it's in the reverse for a game that they're excited for and they talk about it. Oh, you guys are paid off by the competition. That's what happens every time. It happens every time.
I don't think it's that case. Like I think it's now like if any game has an issue, like it's now weaponized and it's just like they want to hate on it. So it could like. Even if they don't even know about the game, right? Like, let's say they just play like Call of Duty, CS:GO, and they see a game that has like a bug or two or some like minor problems, it's gonna be blown out of proportion, and then like everyone's gonna hone in on it. And I think that's gonna be going forward because of what happened with Cyberpunk. Everything's gonna get scrutinized, even if it's on the same level of like bugs and glitches. But that's what's gonna continue to happen going forward.
You're always going to have the one loser that's like, look at the fruit physics, right? You're always going to have the one dum-dum out there that's going to, because they know that drama is what clicks. And you know, their lives revolve around that site. It's just strange. Again, just trust your gut.
It's strange when they act like victims when it happens, like when karma hits, or like when a PlayStation game or something just doesn't look up to par. You know, they're just like, oh, it's paid. Oh, it's this. You know, the convenient excuses. It's like it happens.
Yeah, to me, it's just the exaggeration that's what kills me, man. Like I saw the same thing with Horizon where people were tweeting about shimmering.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I know that's like sure it's an issue. Like I'm playing Horizon, it's an issue, but like. There are people on Twitter that talk like shimmering is like
every second.
It's game breaking. It's like Horizon's a horrible game. How could they? How dare Sony produce a game that has shimmering?
Yeah, dude,
that game is so good looking, bro.
We had some folks come at us and like they gave us a laundry list of bugs. They've never played. They don't even own a PlayStation. They're like, here's a list of bugs, and I'm just like going at it like, yeah, I've had this issue. It wasn't that bad. Yeah, I've had the shimmering's there, but like I didn't notice until people told me it was there. It's sub 30 FPS. I cannot tell you if a game is running 30 FPS or 60 FPS until I actually flip the switch, and then my eyes adjust and go, whoa, something was weird this whole entire time. Like I'm not a cyborg. My eyes are dumb. I'm a 30-year-old man. My eyes ain't what they used to be. So I can't tell you what's checkerboarded 4K versus real 4K. I don't care. So I'm just like, I'm playing Horizon going, these colors are pretty. Everything flows very beautifully. I like the draw distance is incredible. Awesome, bravo. And I'm not going in with like a fine-tooth comb trying to find an issue with something, because I'm not a loser that, again, the only way I could get off is by ruining developers' days. Nah.
I don't know about you guys, but in games, I always see the positives. I don't even if I see like a guy floating, I'll just fucking ignore it for that. Like unless it keeps happening consistently, I'm ignoring that shit. Like I see the positives in game. Like I see the beauty. Like I don't want to sound corny,
that's what I was talking about. Games like just being so good, man.
I tried to do that in Vampire, and the dudes kept doing this. With the arms
like,
out.
dude,
they kept doing that the deep.
Like Blaze, I don't know if you got this, but like. I thought Dying Light 2 was a pretty good game. I have some issues with it. The story is definitely a mess. It falls apart in certain places. There's like some of the parkour stuff doesn't flow as well. Like the kicking enemies is like kind of awkward. There's things that I don't like about the game, but I generally love the game. I think it's a great game. And like, dude, I was talking about that on Twitter. I'm just like, I love the game. I think it's great. And so many all the haters right? All the bug catchers came out and was like, no, like waving their finger. I don't Blaze, like, did you like the game, right?
Dude, I thought the game was like beautiful. I took a lot of screenshots. I thought the game was pretty at times. Okay?
Yeah.
And look,
for sure.
Everybody else agreed with us, Hunter, because that game broke records in terms of concurrent players played on Steam. It broke records. Like, dude, there was like almost 300,000 people playing at the same time, bro. Like that, it broke the top 10. Like, yo, that's not a game. Like, see, sometimes the critics get it wrong, and then the fans will follow. Like, yeah, the game's trash. I'm not playing it. But like, no, like, dude, some of my favorite games of all time have scored badly on Metacritic. Ghost Recon Breakpoint. I fucking love that game. So immersive, beautiful graphics, great gunplay.
Yeah.
Well, that's the point, man. Like, just focus on the positive stuff for it, right? Like, if I was like I'm a big story guy. You guys all know that I love the Sony games, right? Last of Us Part 2 is my favorite game of all time, and it's mainly because of the phenomenal story that they told in that game. And it's like, I would have loved for Dying Light 2 to come even close to the storytelling in a Sony game, but it doesn't, man. It falls flat. So you know what? Like, after the first hour, I was like, okay, the story's not gonna be that good. It'll be serviceable, but it won't wow me or whatever. So then I'm like, well, what else does this game have to offer, right? Parkour was fun. Traveling around the city was fun. Doing side missions was fun. Even some of the zombie, some of the combat upgrading the weapons was fun. That's what I'm doing, man. Like, that's when people are like, "Why are you so positive of these things?" That's what's going on in my head. I'm kind of filtering out this bad stuff because I don't give a crap about that stuff anymore. I'm just kind of like, who cares about the story? Focus on the good stuff, man, and you'll find.
Hunter, if it's not impacting your game, or it's not like getting away of you enjoying the game, then why even pay attention to it? Why nitpick about it? I just don't understand it. We spend money for this shit, right? Or some of us do. Wink, wink, Hunter. But but dude, it's like everybody sees the negative and shit, and then why do they see the negative? It's look at the end game for the shit is just a tweet sign out on Twitter. Right, to get a little traction because they got nothing going on, and usually the people that tweet out the most negative shit, bro, the people that tweet out the negative shit usually don't have a big. They might have a Twitter following, but they don't have a presence anywhere outside of Twitter, right?
Yeah,
they don't got YouTube or Twitch or whatever or website.
To go off of both yours and Hunter's point is, like, one of my favorite games of all time, probably tied with number one, is Ghost of Tsushima. Love that game. I think it's perfect. Like, I just love it. You're right. 83 on Metacritic.
Did you choose honor though? That's not to ask you.
Always.
Did you choose honor, or did you not? You became the Ghost.
No. Official. No. I became the goddamn Ghost. Oh, yeah. I became the goddamn Ghost. But yeah, no, for me, it's like, I didn't even know about the Metacritic until, like, I needed an example. So I'm like, what is the Metacritic on this? That's how much I care. And yeah, I just see a lot of people,
Wait, Ghost got an 83?
Yeah. I know, right? And we're taking it serious,
Really? Bro, Ghost shits on. Come on, bro.
This is why I know I laugh great. At like when dudes are complaining about Horizon. I'm sitting there going, guys, flat out. One of the main games, like a lot of us talk about still to this day, and this game gets like a 40. I think it's like a 40 or 50 on Metacritic, and that's the Order 1886.
Yeah, love that
Everybody wants a sequel to that.
Yeah. Dude, that game, graphically, that game is still impressive.
Yeah, I keep
Wait, what did the Order get on Metacritic? Like, what's the real?
Like 60 something.
Yeah, it was around the 60s.
Dude, I thought the same thing with Days Gone. I know people hate Days Gone.
My baby.
Yeah. Days Gone was like a genuinely fun game. I put 100 hours into that game, man. 100 hours. And why? I actually thought the story in that game was pretty good. I liked the story.
Combat was like safe with the story in that one, personally.
Yeah, it's not like. It's not at the The Last of Us or like God of War level for storytelling, but it was. I just mean it was like it was good. Like I enjoyed it. It wasn't like absolutely memorable that I'm gonna talk about it forever.
It was a little too long, but it was still good. It was
it was a little drawn out, and like some characters
I tried
didn't
to
really click
recreate
with me.
the E3 moment. Yeah, I remember when we first saw it with the orchestra and they were doing like the sawmill horde. They
Yeah.
changed it in the main game and it pissed me off because I was like trying to recreate that whole thing with just shoot and all that.
Rev did the whole thing.
To do it.
To a
It's
T.
impossible to do.
No, he did it to a T. Go watch it.
No, I seen it. I see him do it, but I'm talking about like
They
shot
got rid
for
of
shot.
certain.
Yeah, I'm saying like
yeah.
shot for shot, like they did at E3, where you go this way, they'll legit follow. No, there's like shortcuts they cut into to cut you
Right.
off type of thing. I didn't. I hate that they did.
Every time like you're in like an area in E3, you're like, oh, I got this. I'm gonna do the same thing they did,
You
and then
can't
like
do it.
somehow you just eat shit. Yeah, and they're like, ah, damn it. All right.
Bro, Days Gone was running on Unreal Engine. That game was particularly beautiful, and Days Gone was a pretty game, dude. I'm not even. It still is a pretty game, bro. And I like the ambience music. I thought the game was good. Oh, it's just a zombie game. So if any game goes, let that game go because we got so many zombie games. Like, all right, cool. I don't want to argue with you guys.
Oh man. Shit. Good combo, guys. I'll let you guys with the last topic for today. Steam Deck reviews are in. Everybody's calling this the best PC
Yes,
pretty
sir.
much on the go, period. This is it. How you guys feeling about this? Did anybody purchase a Steam Deck, you know? Even though the odds are
Pre-order. I got that pre-order.
like I might just flip it.
Dude,
That
I
was
have
funny.
to.
Yeah.
The
I
funny
have
thing
to.
about it, man, Nintendo more or likely is going to outsell the PS2 with the Switch, and everything.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so the odds are with that Switch Pro, I would hope, right, guys? I would
It ain't
hope
happening,
the
bro.
Switch Pro
Because you always
would
keep
be
saying this.
Dude,
It's
somewhat
not
like a
happening.
Steam Deck
You
down
mentioned
the
this
road.
last
I
time
would
too.
Yo, Cloud, it's not happening. You're wishing to get to
Nintendo is in a different headspace, man.
Yeah.
Nintendo
don't care.
I
Nintendo
would
doesn't
hope,
play our
brother.
game,
Can I
man.
hope? Can I have some hope that they will at least?
Yeah, you're gonna
deal
get
with the
different
times?
rendition. It's gonna be another like light version 2.0
Yeah.
with the
I see
OLED
it.
screen.
That's
Like you can, yeah, man. You can say from like I want this and I wish it, but like Nintendo, but don't expect Nintendo to do this, man.
They're
Don't
not gonna
get
care
it,
about
get
what
it out of your
Valve
head,
does
man. You're gonna
either.
disappoint yourself.
Listen, I saw the Strikers. You already know. I said this with you, Hunter, and all of you that were in here. I said, listen, Strikers and that CGI opening before we saw the gameplay. Imagine we actually got an equivalent of that on the go.
Yeah, but Nintendo developers, I don't even think are even halfway there, man. Like,
Yeah.
they're making graphics that we played on PS3. Like, look at like Pokemon, right? The Pokemon
Legends
Legends,
Arceus.
Legends.
right? Like, look at, man. Like, Nintendo's awesome, and I love Nintendo, and I have a Switch, and I play all their games, and I won't speak bad about them, but like, dude, they're just in their own space, man. They're
Yeah.
when they had their Nintendo Direct, right, and we saw all the games that are coming out. Like, I walked away from that Direct, and I was like, they're banking like one of the biggest years ever for Nintendo. They are going to make so much money. Like even stuff like Nintendo Switch Sports, right?
Wii
That's gonna
Sports
sell a lot,
is
Dude,
gonna
man.
20
sell
million.
it. Yeah, that's gonna
So-
sell it.
20. That's a $25 million or 25 million unit selling game. Like,
That's when they tag
and that
it
was
with
one
console.
game that they showed. One game.
I think it's
that
like
they-
what $40 through that game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
So
gonna,
Yeah,
it's
but,
not like
but,
it's fly off the
hold
shelf.
on, pump the brakes on that. If the word gets out and it's actually done well, right? Like mechanically everything works how it should. Like it's actually fun. The joy, you know what I mean? Because the Wii,
was
it
easy.
actually worked on the Wii. So, but if the reviews come out like, hey, this was another attempt at Wii Sports, but it wasn't that, then I don't think it will sell.
Well,
Even the casuals.
played
like,
it.
Look at this play. Look at this
I don't know
play
if I'm
my
allowed
girl
to-
brings. Come on.
Are we allowed to talk about the public
I know,
test?
you can see it at least.
I think
Uh,
I think Nintendo had like
did they have an
embargoes or something.
NDA or no?
I'd rather not. Yeah.
Oh, did they?
Well, you weren't allowed to tweet about it. You couldn't like put images.
But they didn't
on
say
it.
even talking on it.
I don't know. I have to go back and check.
Uh,
But I
Because
I
you know
played
how
it.
Nintendo is when it comes
it
to
was-
being
Here's the
strict.
thing. Here's what I'll say.
Yeah.
Here's what I'll say about Nintendo. Since Hunter's gonna be nice, I'll be a little bit mean. Nintendo can really insult your like dead grandma, and you're still gonna buy their game, and they know it. They could treat you like total garbage. They could they'll literally give you have 3 months to buy Mario. And then like walk away, and they're not bluffing.
Yeah.
It's like you have 3 months to buy Mario. It's like they're that company where whenever time we talk about like, is Xbox gonna lose fans over this or PlayStation gonna lose fans over this, you like Nintendo's in this ballpark literally just treating people like trash and like applauding the government for like, you know, taking like putting emulator guys in prison. Like they are that type of company when they really don't care, and they know their product is so good that you're gonna buy it anyway. And it really just comes down to that. It's just like, you know, you can't get anything like this anywhere else. So just shut up and spend money on our stuff.
What's crazy is the fan base didn't really talk about this. Was the eShop for, I think it's the Wii and 3DS, and they're like gonna get rid of their games. And you know how on PlayStation there was a huge backlash of 3 and Vita games being taken off the store. And then they reverted their decision. I was like, let's see if Nintendo bends the... And I was like, a tiny inkling. I was like, let's see. And I know they did not care. It's
just the Diddy gif of them just staring back and forth. You know, that's what Nintendo will do something really shady or borderline shitty, and they'll just be like, and your move, fans. Yeah. You know, they do not care because they know they have the stuff that you care about, and cannot get anywhere else. And like that's when people are like, oh, talk about whatever Spartacus is like, if it's only streaming if I can't put my PS3 disc in my PlayStation 5, this is I hate this. It's like, no, you're gonna buy it. Just shut up. I know you. You're gonna do it. This is the best they can do, and we're gonna accept it. We're going to take it because Nintendo, they'll be like, no, we're just gonna take your stuff away. We don't really care. And if you try to preserve it, if you even have the thought, where there's a literal guy named Bowser in prison over it. So don't even dare. Again, weird energy out of that company. Very weird. I wish I could be like that and make money.
I'll say took that man to jail, man.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Dude, it reminds me a lot of what Disney does.
Oh no, Disney, dude. Yeah, they do some real messed up stuff. Like when they
dude, like they had the vault, right? Like,
I wasn't even talking about that. Like
the Disney vault is like classic for you know, we'll give you for 3 months and we'll take away.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They bank like, you know, their entire DVD libraries on vaulting content.
Right. That's right. I remember living in the 90s, early 2000s. I remember that.
Just like even like modern day Disney, like just look up some bad practices Disney does, and you guys will be shocked by that.
I probably don't know half of what you know, but even with what I did,
I'll tell you off stream.
But dude, it's like they're the same way, man. Like I like, because Disney can just do whatever they want, and they know for sure that when they announce the next Star Wars, I'm gonna see it in the theater like 3 times, right? I'm gonna subscribe to Disney Plus for like, you know, Mandalorian and Boba Fett. Like I can't not do it, man. I have to give them my money.
Yeah.
Game corporations, they know.
Especially when they get those new lightsabers, those new mechanical ones. You know what I'm talking about?
Dude, they're not selling those. That's only for the they said they're not.
It's going to
because it's going to be in the what is it, the Star Wars like cruise or whatever. That's for like all the role playing and stuff like that. No, you can't even buy them. They're for the actors.
You talking about it's for those actors who like play it out when they do orchestra performance and stuff like that. You talking about those? I got you. The last bit of news here, guys, and then we'll shut it down. Jeff Grubb finally came out with some information on Spartacus and the tiers, and this has been going around for a minute. We've heard about this. You know, it's supposed to be like a silver, platinum, gold tier type of thing for this service. We talked about this before. According to this, Grubb says that there's going to be the essential tier, which will be effective with the PlayStation Plus as of today when it drops or whatever, and that is required to play online, and it will also provide you with a number of monthly games for subscribers and add to your libraries with no additional costs, while the extra tier will also include downloadable content or downloadable games catalog featuring around 300 titles. Like anything on PS Now that was downloaded seems like it will be there, he says. And he says the premier tier or premium tier, meanwhile, will reportedly give subscribers access to classic games and cloud streaming in addition to all the above. So now he admits he doesn't know what he really thinks like or what's going to be in the classic tier, but a lot of people are saying PS1, 2, 3, and PSP games according to this. Now, we're just gonna go rapid fire with this one because this one right here. I mean, we've talked about it so many times on what they could do and what they should do with the whole thing. I mean, let's face it. At the end of the day, Sony needs to have an option outside of streaming PS3 titles, right? There needs to be a situation where you can download them and play them. Trophies pop, better performance. Everything Microsoft's done with making it work, they need to have their infrastructure done to where you're getting an optimum type of performance out of these games and experiencing them. So I'm gonna go to Hunter first. Hunter, how you feel about this? This whole thing? Do you think that they found a way to make this work and this will work? Period. What's the price point that you would think for this?
I thought that Jeff or maybe it was someone else actually put price points on that. Wasn't the first tier $10 and then
10, yeah.
And then it scaled up. The first thing that I thought of when I saw that is the first tier is the same as PS Plus right now, but isn't PS Plus right now $60 a year?
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, we're moving over supposedly. That's going to move us over.
Yeah, but so it's going to be double then. If it's $10 a month, it's $120 a year.
Yeah. So he doesn't know about the annual side of it. How Game Pass doesn't have an annual fee. So he's not 100% certain about what the annual cost is. But the way my lizard brain is working is that's PlayStation Plus as we know it. So that's 60. The next one would be 80, and the one after that 100 annual.
Yeah. I think I mean from everything that I've heard about this, it absolutely makes sense for Sony to do. What I actually find really interesting is that they actually just announced their first game that's going to be, well, maybe not the first, but the first big one that I'm aware of is what is it? Shadow Warrior? It's coming to PS Now on day one, right? Yeah. Which is a total Microsoft Game Pass move, right? So if they end up doing the $100 tier, if it ends up including basically what is PS Now, that service, the cloud streaming, and they start putting these other games day one, I think that's going to add a lot of value. I really still don't think that they're going to put their main flagship titles in there day one.
Yeah,
doesn't make any sense when they're selling. Look at Horizon. Horizon is going to be what, 6, 7, 8 million probably in the first month or two. It's just going to sell.
Unless they're going to put it in the $100
I doubt it still.
Range,
I still doubt it.
Sony's
you buy one game and that's almost your $100.
Exactly.
That's true. But
as long as you buy one Sony game a year, you're basically paying.
I'll tell you this. I'm with Hunter in the fact I see it a lot of people when I'm like, so how do you think this? They're like, no, day one I'm not buying it. I'm like, this can't go up against Game Pass. It can't compete against. It's like, but what if it's not?
Yeah,
exactly. It's not.
What if it's not? What if it's not? It would be competition if it was on the same box, right? But it's not. So it's not a competition. It's a streaming service, but it's not competition. Yeah. They are similar, but they are not competing against each other. Not yet. That said, I think this is fine.
Yeah.
I think this is absolutely fine for what if I'm getting the discounts that I used to get on PlayStation Plus coupled with all this cool stuff, then I'm like, okay, this is neat, because as someone who I was 5 when the PlayStation 1 came out, I got some backlog that I would like to at least take a look at and try out and play. I was 12 when the PlayStation 2 came out. I had an allowance. So I didn't own all these awesome, PS2 games. I'd like to try those out. And there are genuinely some gems on the PlayStation 3 that I'd like to give a go. So if you're telling me I could play those games, awesome. I'm totally down on that. And if I can play it on mobile, that's also really cool as well. I like this plan. The only thing that I would like to have what we've been saying for a while now, which is have that Disney Plus-esque effect, where, look, Disney Plus is like, here's our back catalog, here's some cool, weird stuff that we do, with Jeff, was it Goldblum? And then like, here's some premiere stuff. I truly think this is a slow ramp up to what is the eventual, like Game Pass did not have games day and date in the beginning. So they are really just slowly ramping up this service to eventually one day have something similar to Game Pass, so that when they do put that app on an Xbox or on whatever thing that has a processor unit on it, then it can actually be that competition. But right now, what I do see is you're going to have some smaller games, indies, AA games, have that day one appeal to get people onto the service. So Shadow Warrior is definitely that test. And then you're definitely going to have the multiplayer add-ons that we all love, like Factions and Legends, being in that service day and date. You're going to have, games like Twisted Metal on that service day and date, but you're not going to have Horizon. You're not going to have God of War on their day and date, because they know you're going to buy them. But what they can incentivize you to be on that service is going, hey, so here's 10% off. And you're like, ooh, 10% off of a $70 game. This is awesome. Okay. And when you're at the checkout, how much is it? $60. And we're back to that price point again. So it's the illusion of giving you a good steal or deal when it's actually, no, you paid extra to get back to where you were. So I think that's where PlayStation's mentality is. That's where I think this service is going to be, is they're going to be relying on their IP, their back catalog, their history to really sell you this thing. No, your Nana, like most people out there don't got their PS3 copy of, Killzone 2. They don't. So this is that next step for them. And I think this is a good service. From what I've seen, it's decent. That I'll probably be trying out day one. It does not have to be Game Pass.
That's a lie, Bit. I own all 3 high definition PS3. That's a lie. I own all my PS2, my PS3 is all plugged in, sir. New generation are the problem, sir.
But you didn't beat Horizon.
You're right.
Big Cloud, you're not a Souls guy. You haven't beat Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3. That's it. You're trash.
Not a Horizon guy. You haven't beat the first one. Wow. Get my feet. You're trash. You're trash.
He's talking about here. He's over here. Yo, Bad Bit. He's over here. Like, I'm a Souls guy, man. I'm a Souls guy.
Yeah, you said you beat all the bootleg Souls, beat the first. You don't even know the story. Yeah.
Horizon's trash.
Whoa!
Hey, get him! Get him! Hunter, get him.
The first Horizon was boring. Period. 68% of people stopped playing that game at Meridian City.
Drop the bomb. Drop the bomb. Drop the bomb, man. Drop the bomb. No.
Sorry. No. But Forbidden West is not boring. It's actually fun. But you see, Big Cloud, I'm talking a bit about Killzone. That I still own all my games. He always gonna run his mouth in the back.
Yeah, you ran your mouth about me. I'm just giving.
But here's the thing, Blaze. I am the problem because I've traded most of my stuff in. And I'll be like,
but you got a shit ton of games behind you. I'm like, dude, this guy got a lot of games, bro.
I mean, but like those are all like steel books of like games prior. I moved to the digital life a while ago, and it's great here. Like,
dude, I'm all digital. I'm all digital for PS4 and PS5, but the PS3 I kept because we couldn't play them. You know what I mean?
That's true.
There's no other. Dude,
no, I do want to invest in a PS3 again, so I can go back and,
Dude, you're getting trophies for them. It's cool, man. My PS3 stays plugged in. I don't know why, but I don't use it every day. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you I do, but
yeah, it's a great console. It just launched in a bad state, and then and there's like a feeling of community there because the hardcore fans were there, man. For the thick and thin, and there's like a brotherhood to that. There's like a special relationship to it.
I agree.
Well, on that note, this has been a hell of a show. I ain't gonna lie, it was fun. Shout out to everybody.
Yo, did you seatbelt your Elden Ring copy? Did you put that shit in the seatbelt?
Yeah.
Oh,
Was
yeah,
that
he
you?
did. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was somebody did that.
I
I
see
give it
the
a
picture
look.
of you. I'm like, you got the big box edition. Oh my
Yeah,
god, I was so
box edition.
jealous. That was crazy.
No, that was Forbidden West. That was Forbidden West you did. He's
Oh,
from
both of them. I put them both in a little
And the
bam,
seatbelt.
and then I was just
You
like,
protected
bam,
him.
engagement. Yeah.
Protected them.
This guy.
I did that to my PS5, man.
Oh
Sam.
my!
Anything that's a big box that I care about is getting buckled up.
Facts.
You
Gotta
know?
treat it like your kids, man.
Exactly, dude. I'm not putting my PlayStation 5 in the trunk. No.
No way.
Uh-uh.
No way. You put Xbox. I mean, you put
let me eject. Because
I'm just
Blaze,
playing,
you
I'm
did
playing.
that
Oh
with
my
Death
God.
Stranding, sir.
What I do with that shit?
You put that in like the trunk or the back seat. You didn't fasten the seatbelt or nothing. With the collection.
No, man, I got the.
Yeah, exactly.
What are you talking?
No, you didn't put it in the trunk.
Big Cloud.
You
Who are you talking about? What are you talking
You was like, hey,
about
guy.
here, buddy?
I remember the video like it was yesterday. You was like, oh, gosh, yeah, I'm not hopping that Death Stranding. Nah, I'm kidding. Sony made me showing up the content.
Wait, where's that controller at?
Don't worry about it.
I think I forgot, man.
People actually bought that controller thinking it was going to be a baby inside. That's what killed me.
No one.
That
I did
controller is
not
the
think
best
that.
controller.
People thought
the
it was
PS4 has
actually
ever
going to be a
produced.
baby inside the controller. Like
Listen, I'm a big Kojima fan, and I didn't think that.
Oh, God. People thought that.
That PS4 controller, the yellow one, is so beautiful. Have you guys ever like seen it?
Oh, I've seen it. Yeah. It's,
I'm
it's
supposed to
nice.
see it in my
Nice.
house, But
You ain't
Right.
gonna see that controller. You ain't gonna get that. Anyway.
Right. I sent you an Elite controller, Series 2, man.
yes, sir, you did.
You know what I
Are
mean?
you still asking for more? Oh, man.
Nah, dude, this is a separate thing.
Yeah, this is a deal we got. But I cash apped them the wrong amount of money.
Oh,
yesterday,
so
I
that
tried to
covers
leave
it. I feel it.
Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm a bad interrupter today. I'm really. I just want to play Elden Ring and I want to get this. So that's all I want to do is play Elden. I really don't care.
Dude, do you
about
have it on
anything else.
PlayStation?
I did.
Yeah,
Yeah, I bought it.
Yeah,
I'm playing it now.
Okay. Dude, we gotta play co-op sometime.
Yeah, no. Whenever you
Pull
want,
up,
bro.
man. Pull up.
You learn so much. Like I went to the PS5 version. And by the way, the PS5 version, I started off. That shit looks good. Like people are like, oh, it's not going to be as sharp. Blaze, watch when you get the PS5. I'm like, what do you guys? Shit looks really good, man.
Totally.
It's good.
People are tweeting and saying that Elden Ring looks ugly.
Dude, I don't
Yeah,
get it.
I saw
like,
like
I'm
a
like,
PS3 game in my
We have different
stream
types of
the other
eyes.
day.
Like,
I think it's just coming off of Horizon, which is like literally the most beautiful game you could ever see.
Yeah.
And then you're coming back to a
For sure.
From game. Yeah.
That and also
And
the comparison
Horizon
of
is-
Demon Souls remake.
Mm.
Yeah, but that was like a special
Totally
project,
fair.
a linear. It's a linear.
No,
project.
I
PS5
agree.
game-
I agree,
comparing
but
it to,
people are
like-
doing that.
yeah, if you're comparing it to like Dark Souls 3, right? I would say it's like it looks at least as good as Dark Souls 3.
Sure.
My
Oh, better
opinion.
than 3. Better than 3.
Yeah. For sure. I think it's better, but I'm saying like at least minimum it's like on par. I think it looks better personally.
Guys, I really mean this. Horizon Forbidden West. I it was a blessing and a curse that I got the code, because that I told myself this is the best look. This is even though it's a cross-gen game, I told myself this is what next gen's supposed to be.
Yeah.
When I'm looking at the visuals, when I switched to 4K and I went back to 60, it screwed my eyes up for a little bit, but I adjusted after a half an hour, and I'm like, dude, this game looks incredible, bro. Visually, like I was.
What
That's
I
probably
want
the best looking game I've seen in a long time.
What I want to see visually is Spider-Man 2, as well as Wolverine. To see in terms of graphics, just being on
And
the
what
PS5.
are they gonna do with that, Red Hood? Are they gonna be? You're gonna be back in New York City again? You know, like are they
Which
gonna
one?
improve the building?
Oh, you're talking about Spider-Man 2, the
What
two
do you
islands.
think they're gonna
Like,
take
you know, like the
Spider-Man
two
out of
city
New York? That's his
areas.
domain.
Because in Spider-Man, what was it, 2, the movie tie-ins, like you had the regular main and then the secondary area over there.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure they'll just add that on top of that. And then Miles, they added a section, a portion that wasn't technically in Spider-Man Remastered, and which is kind of weird because it does kind of break continuity and stuff like that. But yeah, I think they're just gonna add more to the city and as
So
well
you
as that
think
other
they're gonna
area.
both are going to be responsible for each particular island, like one side and the other.
No, I don't think like people think. I don't think you're getting it's supposed to be mainly a Peter Parker focused story, and I think it's going to be very much akin to like Arkham Knight, where you had missions with either Catwoman, Nightwing, or Robin, and Miles will have even his own section. But I think Peter is going to be the main driving force in that game. They said that even in the their like synopsis of everything and stuff.
Yep.
But,
all I know is we got Tony Todd as Venom.
Bro, you said that you were like literally like nobody owns a copy of Killzone, and the only reason I even did that because it was sitting right here. It was literally only right here, so I'm like, oh shit, camera right now. Look, that's the only reason. If it was a different game, I wouldn't have did it yet.
Yeah,
that was fun.
It was like Shadow of the Colossus or something.
Yeah, no, I don't got that. PS5 version's better.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. True.
All right. Well, that's episode 180, man. Shout out to everybody who came through. I had a blast as always. Want to give a big shout out and thank you to our special guest for this evening, our good friend Joe, aka Mr. Badbit, the host or the co-host of the PlayStation Trophy Room. Joe, thanks for joining us, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you for having me. I love chatting with you, and I love chatting with everybody here. Thank you for having me. And as always, you can find me at the Trophy Room, a PlayStation podcast, where each and every Thursday, me and my best friend Kyle talk about the latest and greatest in all things PlayStation. Each and every Thursday, our latest episode is about the Call of Duty delay, the PSVR 2. We talk about VR porn; it's hilarious. Street Fighter, Street Fighter reveal. That Street Fighter reveal.
Yeah,
oh my God.
I didn't even bother to talk about
it's
that.
So much more. Yeah, it's so much more.
Because we were all talking about Resident Evil, and I was like, oh, it might be a big event for Resident Evil. And then it's like, oh, it's a 20-second CGI trailer. No gameplay.
I'll say this about Street Fighter 6, dude. These Twitter users notice things I would never notice in the first video. No, not the logo. Something completely different.
No. Real talk. Okay. And we talk about that on the show because I'm like, it's like 12 o'clock in the morning and I'm like excited that maybe this is Resident Evil. And then I see it and then literally like the way they pan out that, I'm like,
I was just like, yo.
It's probably nothing. And then I wake up at 9 o'clock and the one tweet that I see is like, they gave Ryu a straight up slinger. And I died. Anyway, you can hear more about that over at the Trophy Room, wherever you find your podcast service of choice. We have over 500 reviews over there. It's been worldwide. It's been incredible. So thank you all for your support. Again, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get the service.
You guys got some nice shirts.
Thank you. Not this one.
You know what, Bad Bit? I gotta admit, bro. I've really heard of you, but I never So when Big Cloud tweets, I'm like, because Big Cloud got all these homies. I'm like, who is this homie this time? And I click, I'm like, oh shit, they got some professional shit going on.
That's right.
Hey,
and the shirts. Hey, that's fine. I don't want a lot of friends. I'll keep my real ones here. Look, those shirts are fucking fly, bro. I'll give you a thumbs up on those shirts.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah. That's big shout out to Adam Leonard and Diego for doing that because they're
awesome, dude.
Oh, Premiero's the best. Yeah. But again, thank you guys for having me.
Absolutely, anytime, man. Anytime. Maybe next time we can get you in, Kyle. We'll try to get the whole duo, maybe, because Kyle's another bitch.
He's an elusive one, man.
Yeah,
he really is.
Let's move on to the panel here. Red Hood, not blessing us with a red background. That happened to be the Batman. Just a tackle on Titan, sitting there. Not even a blessed red hat. Just
man, here we go.
This
man just overuses the jokes. This is crazy.
Nah, you guys gotta look at Red Hood, man. You gotta look at his channel, man. He's like that group from the movie The Warriors, man. You remember the Orphans? The ones that think they were well known.
This joke already too.
They got a heavy rep. You gotta go there, man.
Crazy.
He's coming up on the scenes, man. They write about them in the newspapers. Red Hood's all over they can find you. What's up?
Yeah, I mean, display name is obvious. Red Hood 420. YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Red Hood 240. Yeah, I mean, Big Cloud was right. Batman, seeing it Tuesday, March 1st, fan screening. So probably tweet about it. No
You got a
spoilers,
5 out
of
of 10
course.
on IGN. Just want you to know.
And Big Cloud's capping like usual. Anyways,
Like
You know,
usual,
So-
right?
I'm
Yeah.
in the database. It's got a 5 out of 10.
Yep.
Like,
Anyways, so also if you guys are in a fan screening, by the way, they're gonna be selling the Batman cowl bucket for popcorn. 48 versions of them in each of those AMC fan
shit.
screening theaters. So I'm going there kind of early to get one of those because
What are you
there's
gonna do with
over
that
100
bucket, Red
people.
Hood?
He's gonna
Dude,
put it
I'm
on
gonna
his head.
Let's go wear
put
it.
it somewhere,
I'm the
bro.
Batman.
Maybe wear it too.
Exactly.
You know,
I'm not
it's kind
wearing
of lit.
hockey pads looking.
Yeah, I'll be like, I'm wearing a freaking popcorn helmet bucket.
I'll
So-
see that movie just for Zoe Kravitz. Jesus Christ.
Dude,
that
yeah,
punched me in the
she's
mouth.
beautiful.
I know.
And yeah, I'll probably do a movie review for that, and then
Yeah, there you go.
probably some content as well, hopefully.
I can
So,
actually see you.
there you go.
I can see your goofy ass with that shit on your head, Redhead, going, "Where's the butter? Where's the butter?" Like,
Oh, man.
You
dude,
guys
maybe I
have
should make a
sea salt?
video.
I asked for butter. on this
Sea salt,
popcorn.
right? Sea salt, yeah.
Oh God, Hunter, man, they should join us, brother. Obviously, you and Blaze went on a tirade on Elden Ring, but again, there's a lot to explore. You guys are clearly ahead of us, but you guys are having the time in your lives, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna jump on as soon as we end this stream. So, Hunter, why don't you tell where everybody can find you?
You know exactly what I'm doing after the stream finishes. Totally. Man, I had a lot of fun. It was great. Bad Bit, good to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well, sir.
This was a really, really fun show.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed it. And yeah, man, I'm Elden Ring all weekend. I definitely gotta carve some time for Horizon. That's
It
just
ain't gonna happen, bro. It ain't gonna happen.
it's
Yeah.
just I feel embarrassed that everyone's
listen,
like
it's
people
not-
are like tweeting that like platinum it. And I'm like, dude, I'm just like I'm
Yeah.
like 10 hours or so. Oh,
Oh, there's your boy.
Hi, yes.
Hey, buddy.
what's going on, buddy?
That's a Sifu master.
This is
What's
yeah,
up?
he's the Sifu master. I guess you miss Dada, huh? You miss Daddy? But
My
yeah,
dad's
man,
been
it was
locked in the room playing Elden Ring. Daddy.
yeah, I know. He probably wants me to come out. He loves playing games. Kota, God.
That's awesome.
He's mad cute. He's so cute.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe he did that on stream. But yeah, guys. What's coming up for me? I've got. I may be playing a big racing game that's coming up. So
Oh, come on,
Oh,
bro.
here we go. Here we go.
Maybe.
we can definitely talk about that for the next show. I'll have my review out on Embargo Day, which is, I think am I allowed to say it's next week? I'm not sure if I can tell you exactly. I'm not allowed to say what day or whatever.
You put everything
but
on the
it's next-
website, right? If I remember correctly. For no,
possibly. I'm sure someone's already tweeted out when the embargo is. But
no. I'm talking about for your reviews and everything. Don't you put on your website still?
oh yeah. I do. I do. We talk about it on the show here. I sometimes do reviews for Walmart. I still write for their magazine. But the problem with them is like with reviews specifically is that there's a lead time. Hey, okay, it's okay. There's a lead time, so it's like, you know, if I get a game next week, the next issue of the Walmart magazine doesn't come out for like 6 weeks or whatever. So what's the point in having my Elden Ring review if it's going to be coming out in like May, right?
Yeah.
That's why I do a lot of my own website as well. So yeah, you can check out my website nextgenplayer.com. You can check out my Twitter nextgenplayer. I think the other thing is I'm going to try my best to see Uncharted. I don't know if anyone here has seen the Uncharted movie yet, but
Al told me it's great.
I've seen him.
yeah. So maybe we can talk about that. I don't know. I'll see if I can squeeze that in this week, and we can talk about it next show.
All right. Sound good indeed. And last but not least, we got Mr. Hold on, I gotta do it because
I don't want to go last anymore.
Mr.
Stop saving me
Blaze
for last.
4.
Really awkward.
4.
That's what he does, bro. I can't.
Four.
I don't know why we're friends.
Okay.
Dude, he overdoes it, man. He makes it a bit cringe.
He makes it a big deal. Like, I don't need the last outro. Give us the Hunter or Red Hood.
Got like a push his buttons to close the show. But nah, Mr. Blaze 4K.
Yeah, good show as always. I just want to play Elden Ring, people. Nice meeting you, Bit. Hunter, thank you so much. Red Hood, Big Cloud. You already know, man.
All
See you
right.
next Friday.
Y'all already know. Y'all heard it. We'll see you guys next week. You guys enjoy your weekend. I'm going to be streaming some Elden Ring at a few. So I'll be back for the struggle. And, of course, please make sure you guys support Mr. Bad Bit over there on Spotify. Him and Kyle, one of the best podcasts on Wednesday. Seriously, great show, great listen.
Thank you.
They're really committed. They do their best. I'm telling you, it's really good. You'll enjoy the hell out of them.
You said Wednesday? I thought it was Thursday.
Thursday. Each we record Wednesday night. We put it out.
That's right. Yeah, I get it mixed up. That's right. So it's Thursday. Yeah. My bad. But check that out. Make sure you check that out. Great dudes, and support them. And they also have a YouTube channel. They upload the video format. So you guys like that, it's on their YouTube channel at Mr. Badbit as well. All right. But thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next week, obviously. And enjoy gaming, for God's sakes. Go ahead, enjoy gaming and have some fun for a change. And for the love of God, stop zooming in on something as silly as a damn wire on a headphone. I'm just saying.
I gotta make a Twitter.
I thought you were about to say something else.
You don't want me to say that. Anyway, we out here.